As you guys see by the title, we are here today to talk about the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, to preview the second round of the playoffs, recap wildcard weekend, do our jobs.
What's up with the energy? What's going on, man? Donovan, you ain't moving like 12 seconds. What's good?
Listen, man, I'm doing as good as I can.
Before we do that, before we talk about the games that are going to be happening this week, we need to have a funeral service. We need to mourn what we have lost on this great day.
This is a fantastic day. Honestly, it's one of the greater days of my life. I don't know what you're talking about. What we lose?
This week is taking a heavy toll on me. I'd rather not go into detail. I would like you to respect my privacy at this time. Cue the intro music.
Touchdown! Unbelievable!
I'd like to begin today's service by saying a word about our great Justin Herbert, about the propaganda FC that I belong to, and the heavy toll that this day has taken on me and my soul.
Oh, shit.
I've prepared. I'd like you to respect my privacy.
Oh, my God. You actually have note cards?
Yo, man, he's trying to talk, man. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. This is.
Do you think this is easy?
Go ahead, sir.
Continue. Go ahead.
Go ahead, sir.
Go ahead.
You think it's a fucking game? I'm sorry. Let me
Get your coat off, please.
Let me not curse on a day
This
of
is
mourning.
disgusting. I need to protect myself.
It is with a heavy heart that I'm here today to say it's over. The Justin Herbert haters, they've won. Here lies the hopes and dreams of Herbert FC. This is not a day of cope. This is certainly not a day of not his fault. It is quite the opposite. No matter how bright my sweet Justin's light has shined in the past days, death comes for us all the same. And today, we as a Herbert PR collective got. Not only are we now 0-3 in the playoffs, not only did we score 3 points, not only did we possess the pocket presence of Bobert Nix mixed with the accuracy of JJ McCarthy on this day, we did all of this in what is likely our last day with Demon Jesse Minter to hide our flaws, to carry us, to give us a chance at victory every which week. That opportunity, that last run to secure Khalil Mack's legacy with the team has been squandered. It is officially over. We now go forward, hand in hand, with Gregory Roman, equally as shitty as one another. I would say better days are ahead. I would say we would improve from this, but that's probably not true. Chances are we will get equally as violent backshots this time next year. I didn't ask for your sympathy. I don't ask for your condolences. All I ask is that you sign this petition when I start it to get Gregory Roman fired and sent to federal prison.
You have my support.
And that is all.
Regardless of the fact, y'all are fucking disgusting. That was shitty as hell. I'm not going to lie to you. On every fucking front.
Now, it was disgusting. Let's talk about it real quick. We got to talk about it because that's crazy. That's 3 points is ridiculous. 3 points is crazy. Now, mind you, I can't talk. I can't talk too much either. But we do have to focus on. Let's focus on him right now. Let's focus on him right now.
Let's start with it. Now, what makes it feel better is that, you know, when it comes to how you guys are going to lose, you basically already like told the future. We all knew that the O-line was terrible. We all knew that Herbert was going to be fighting for his life, regardless of the fact he's still playing with one arm. Everyone fucking forgets, and we knew that you can only go so far with the current construction of your team. So I'm sure you had that prep for fucking weeks now, but you didn't expect to read that so soon, which hurts.
No, I think the timing of it, like. Listen, I think we all picked the Pats to win coming into this week. The damning part about it is like you can halfway, if you squint and turn your head, find Herbert FC, you can have your, it's not his fault over the last two. And certainly I'm not gonna say like he like killed the team.
He hasn't moved in 2 minutes.
He hasn't. But the Justin Herbert, I'm gonna step up and I'm still gonna be, one of those guys, even in the face of pressure,
dude,
is ridiculous. And even if you wanted to say, oh, it's not his fault, the offensive line is bad. The offensive line has been bad the whole year. And we've seen you put up more than 3 points. We've seen you get the ball on 1st and goal off of a turnover and score, right? We've seen these things from Justin Herbert, and those things did not happen. In terms of like a processing game, we saw one of the worst Justin Herbert
Dude.
games in a while.
This is my first ever playoff experience as a new pure NFL fan, and I get to see all the offseason jokes come into fruition for the first time in my goddamn life. And oh my god, like I thought this was a troll throughout the entirety of the year. I was up here talking about how Justin Herbert's a top 5 quarterback and all that, which very much probably still is or whatever. But to see him fall to this degree, going back to what you said, with facing the same circumstances, of course, like your Amari Hampton was out or whatever, Kamari Vidal's or whatever, cool. To fall to this degree, to play like beneath these standards, come on, man. The jokes write themselves at this point.
It is tough. And now you have a playoff resume that goes, you blew a 27-3 lead against the Jags, in which Trevor Lawrence threw 4 first-half picks, allowed them to get up, and then you blew that lead. Then you have a 4-interception game against the Houston Texans last year. And then this year, once again, your team goes out and you score 3 points. And it's not even like in both of these games, or really in all 3 of these games, Justin Herbert has had to do some level of like backpacking and carrying or level raising, whatever. In the Texans game, it's not like the Texans were world beaters last year. They were also trying to give the game away. In this game, Drake May, you see it. He's in his first.
He still hasn't moved. It's frying me.
He hasn't moved because he doesn't have his real glasses on, and if he moves, he's gonna get dizzy. But like Drake May also looked like a quarterback in his first playoff start, and they were also trying to give the game away, and the Chargers just couldn't take it. And so to have this be a part of your playoff resume, it is very, very damning for Justin Herbert. It does suck for the Chargers, where ultimately this is kind of like a lost year since you lost your 2 tackles. But if there was ever a game that you probably could have went on the road, right, and beaten a fraudulent, quote unquote, number 2 seed who's had the weakest schedule of all time, this would have been the year, and they weren't able to do it. And so now the Chargers are bounced, and we have to, see how this team moves forward.
Isaac, at the start of the year, he told me that this defense whoop folks. Y'all indeed do not whoop folks. You went live, and you went ahead and told me that this defense is one of the best in the league. They showed that they were good, but they folded to disgusting degrees and elements that I've never seen before.
What if I talk about the defense folding? Hold on, let's put our ire to the right locations. Everything you're saying is bullshit right now.
There we go. I had to
Everything
say
you're
something to
saying
go
is
ahead and get him
nonsense.
talking.
We're
There
not
we
going to
go.
disrespect Jesse Minter. We're
There
not going
we
to disrespect
go.
anything to do with the word D. We're not disrespecting any of that. All of our ire today goes directly at the offense. Greg Roman, I've commonly come up here and I've called Bradley Bozeman a war criminal. I've called him a terrorist. I've called him several other worse things that I probably won't say on camera. I got to think of new insults to call Gregory Roman. If this guy is not fired by this time next week, then Jim Harbaugh should be fired. Then we need to do a whole entire sweep of the coaching staff, because it is nonsensical that we saw what happened with Lamar Jackson in the playoffs for years, with Greg Roman holding him back, not letting him make adjustments at the line, not letting him call audibles and change protections, and have this rudimentary system that makes his life difficult, makes him do everything, makes him lead the team in rushing attempts. We saw a Hall of Fame level quarterback, maybe top 10 of all time in Lamar Jackson, be held back by this guy. He gets out the league for a year. Jim Harbaugh come back in the league. What does he do? He gives that guy a job when no other team in the NFL would. And I spent the last 2 years saying this guy will be the undoing. He is the undoing. He has been the whole time. There's nothing easy in this offense. There is no quick game. The pass protections are terrible. The only routes that let the running backs run for checkdowns are just swings out the backfield. It is the most simple, terrible offense I've ever seen. All year it's been an issue. All year it's forced Justin Herbert to fight for his goddamn life and sacrifice his wrist in the meantime to get to the playoffs in the first place, where we knew they'd get there and be overmanned and overpowered by a team that has more talent, better coaching on both sides of the ball. All of that was to be expected. I had no real idea in my head they'd win this game. We come up here on the preview episode, and I jokingly was like, hey, upset time. We can make it happen. The password isn't that good. I knew the Patriots were going to win. I knew as soon as it all went down, I knew the Chargers weren't winning a goddamn playoff game. I did not expect Justin Herbert to be equally as shitty as Greg Roman in this game and do his part to make it unwinnable. Yes, all that is true. Yes, it is squarely Greg Roman's fault that this offense is bad. But in this given day, it was Justin Herbert's fault equally as much. He looks battle scarred by the lack of protection he had all year. He looks like he came to this game knowing the expectations that were on his shoulders as being winless in the playoffs, knowing the conversation around that, and knowing that if he's going to win with one Gregory Roman, with Bradley Bozeman, with Austin Deculus. Well, he didn't play in this game, but these type of guys that were protecting him all year. He knew he needed to be Superman, and that was clearly in his head. He was rattled. The pocket presence was terrible. I made a joke earlier, said it looked like prime Bobert Nix, who obviously has done a terrible job throughout his career dealing with pressure more often than not. It looked worse than I've ever seen from Bo Nix. It was terrible. He was fleeing pockets too early, not standing in there and delivering. Things were getting open down the field. Not a whole lot because they did get shackled by the Patriots secondary, but when opportunities did come, there was one terrible overthrow to Ladd McConkey on the left sideline that would have been a touchdown, and a few others that were just missed because he either took off running too fast, looked to the check down too fast, overall just did not read the field well because he clearly was mentally shackled by the expectations put on him by this team. I think this is a game where overall they didn't have a ton of opportunities to beat this team because the Patriots defense thoroughly outclassed them. But the few opportunities that did arise, Justin Herbert tried his hardest to not take advantage of them.
He did. And I think a couple weeks ago we talked about Joe Burrow and how he was just sad and we didn't know what his future was and the way that he's talking. We haven't gotten those level of quotes and existential crisis feel from Justin Herbert. But I genuinely did feel bad. Once the fourth quarter came around, it stopped being Justin Herbert is selling. I legitimately was just hey, is he going to be alive after this game? Because every single snap, there's pressure. Every single time that they try to do anything offensively, anything good, any type of play action, the moment Justin Herbert pulls the ball back, there's a defensive lineman 2 seconds beating the offensive lineman and into his lap.
We did get comments like that. We did. Justin Herbert looks battered and broken. Every time he has any type of media appearance, he gives a very PR answer where he's the usual football player bullshit. I got to believe in my team, the game plan. I got to trust in the coaches. We'll get out there and do our best effort to win the next game. He did none of that today. They asked him about his ability and his confidence in himself to win the playoffs and if he feels like he has what it takes. He said, I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet and it hasn't happened. So we'll have to reevaluate and see what happens.
Yeah.
What the fuck? When have you ever seen a quarterback say something like this? They've broken him. This isn't Andrew Luck. My body's broken. They've broken this motherfucker mentally. And again, he does not normally have an issue with dealing with pressure. He's fucking incredible at dealing with pressure usually. That's why they're in the playoffs, because he's been the most pressure quarterback in the league, and he stood in there and he's made it happen for an entire season of unfortunate circumstances. He normally doesn't miss throws down the field. He's incredibly consistent at reading the field and taking advantage of what's there. There's not often a whole lot there, but he's usually not leaving so much on the field like he did today. And Lord knows he's not normally inaccurate like he was in that throw to Ladd McConkey, which granted some of these inaccuracies were difficult on the run passes that weren't heinous misses.
But he has the arm talent. We've seen him make crazy throws like that before.
This is not a game where he played like Justin Herbert. I'll still maintain that last year the Texans game, he didn't play as poorly or really even poorly as 4 interceptions to make you think. 2 of them were tipped balls. 2 of them were great plays by the defense. One was a mistake. One was just Stingley being insane. While, yes, he played poorly, they didn't win for a superstar standards. He was far from the reason they lost to the Texans last year. The tackles getting their ass whooped by the 2 edge rushers on the Texans every single play were the reasons. You cannot say that in this game. For everything I'm saying, he looked completely awful in an uncharacteristic way. And it's tough because, yes, he looked poor. That happens a lot. We were seeing up and down this whole weekend that quarterbacks do poor in the playoffs when great defenses are crossing them. It makes sense to play in a way that, leave some stuff on the table. You struggle because teams are really trying to make you struggle. Those guys get paid too. It's tough when you have 3 or 4 opportunities in a game to make something happen because you're that overmanned and you blow those 3 or 4 opportunities. Many quarterbacks have 5 to 6 maybe plays that they do poorly on a game, but those are not the only opportunities you get. So in this game, Justin Herbert blew every single opportunity, but he only blew a few. Many quarterbacks get a whole lot of opportunities because they have smart play callers that give them opportunities to succeed. So their little misses here and there aren't the end all be all. For Justin Herbert, he has to be Superman. I don't think most quarterbacks would have won this game. Besides maybe Josh Allen. Josh Allen probably could have found a way to win this game. He has to play at the level of Josh Allen, which he is not that quarterback. He's not the best quarterback in the world to win games. And that's just a hard combination of you need to be something you're not, but you've gotten us here thus far, so you've shown us that you can be that on any given day. And it just leads to this really tough opportunity that I see why he feels the mental burden of this and why he feels so defeated.
I don't even think it's necessary for him to go out or him to be someone like Josh Allen? Can you be like your at least bare minimum normal self? Can you play to that same level to give your team at least an opportunity, a chance? Because the defense was the defense. I was trolling earlier, of course, but they did their fucking job and they tried their fucking best to hold back what Drake May was doing, and he didn't have like the greatest game either too. And I think if Justin Herbert just plays his level normal standard, I'm not going to say that they win, but they're not going out like this. That's for damn sure.
Sure, yeah. I mean, if Justin Herbert played a great game, they win, of course. But it's also
not even great, just normal. Can you be you?
Sure, well, these normal games are great. That's a problem. But also, like, the Patriots defense destroyed them. Christian Gonzalez, the MVP of this game. The whole secondary, really, MVP of this game. The whole first half, they're on TV being, the offensive line is holding up well. They're doing their job. And normally that's a talking point that he's getting killed. They played good today. They played good today because the Patriots were rushing forward and playing heavy coverages and saying, we're going to run a man coverage straight up against you. We are going to put your wide receivers in the dirt because Christian Gonzalez and Carlton Davis are so much more talented than Quentin Johnston, Keenan Allen, Trey Harris, all these guys. They locked them the fuck up. There was plenty of opportunities to go back and also the All-22 where Justin Herbert was missing guys down the field. Yeah. But more often than not, he's going through his reads several times, looking around. Nobody's open because the Patriots realize that, yes, they've been used to dealing with this crazy pass rush all year that's getting Justin Herbert killed. They probably expect that. They're probably planning on playing that way, getting the ball out quick. We're just going to do the opposite, play a coverage-based attack, and get hella coverage sacks. That's what happened. Then the second half comes around. They decide the pressure's on. Let's finally blitz now. The second they started blitzing, Justin Herbert started getting pancaked in comical fashion. He started getting bent over like a goddamn Looney Tune. The second they wanted to sack him every play. It was insane. So, yes, it would be nice if he played to his standard. That would have made it a big difference. They probably would have won the game. There's a lot of factors here to why he played below his standards and why he's rattled from this whole season of ridiculous circumstances he had to endure.
I feel that. But also, it's not like, but as we've been saying all year, it's not like it's anything new, right? If the Chargers throughout the year had a very good offensive line or just a regular mid O-line, and then you come into this game and now things are different. Now the offensive line looks the way that it has, and Justin Herbert's looking around and he's like, yo, what is this? I'm not used to this. Listen, when you're in the trenches, you get used to the trenches.
And he was shell shocked by the trenches. Yeah.
You know how to move when you're in the trenches. And so for him, I like even the win. I understand because again, I picked the Patriots to win this game, but 3 points is 3 points. And that's the unacceptable part, especially when you do have opportunities like that. And the opportunities from that, a lot of them that he missed. There was one specifically where he completely missed Ladd just like running free. Those are the ones where had he hit those, like they probably go for touchdowns. Like they are completely game-changing mistakes that he missed. Yep. And so that's the problem, that he wasn't able to.
But I will say,
get
so
those.
like, yes, you've dealt with this all year and you've managed to win games. That's not so he played poorly. So I'll say that first. Like straight up, he played bad. He missed those throws. You said the idea of you've managed to win with shitty circumstances. Therefore, you should be used to shitty circumstances. A terrible argument for playoff football. This happens every year. That's why it happened last year. He's exactly good enough to carry a terrible team to the playoffs and exactly not good enough to get defeated by way better teams when you get there. Like, yes, they can beat a good team here and there in the second half of the season off of great defensive performances, and he makes just enough clutch plays in a muddied up game. That doesn't mean that's going to happen consistently in the playoffs. Like, end of the day, you get there and the best teams win. Notice this. This is the same thing as the Steelers. They're just good enough to squeeze into the playoffs for different reasons and then get their butts blown out by a much better team. Except this reason is Justin Herbert in the playoffs, in the regular season, being good enough, not good enough in the playoffs when you have nothing else around you.
But even at this point, I'm not even asking for consistency, because consistency would be asking for you to do it twice.
Yeah.
I'm asking for you to do it once, right? I'm asking for you to do the things that you've done before and do the thing that you did last week. Right, like that's acting like
he exists in a vacuum and he has to go out there and decide himself. The Patriots' defense was much better on this day.
Of course, but to act like we've already acknowledged it. Like to act like there aren't, like there were opportunities.
No one's acting like that.
Yeah, there were opportunities to be had. You score 17 points, you win this game, and
to not even get your team to be in field goal position, like, more than a couple of times is ridiculous. That shit is just
He played his worst game, but again, he played his worst game, and he just can't do that because end of the day, this team is only going to go. They're only going to succeed if he's Superman, which is an unfortunate circumstance to be under. That you need to go out there and be God and make it happen.
Yeah.
You can't be the opposite of that. You can't be absolutely horrific in this day.
At this point in time, I don't think I'm not at least asking him to be Superman.
But they wouldn't want a game unless
From
you're
what I
Superman.
see, I'm just like, can you just be your normal self and like lose like a normal player? This
We
is
keep
not a
saying that,
normal
like,
loss.
Of
That's
course
the
not.
issue.
He played below his normal standards, but also like he's half the equation here. The other half of the equation is they got schematically rocked by the Patriots. So he would have had to play superb. Part of this is he'd missed the throws and like didn't identify the right coverages because of the pressure, because the fear, the pressure that wasn't always there, yada, yada, right? Did you see that quote that Robert Spillane said? That Chargers players were coming up to him after the game and saying, we had no idea what you guys were running. They were woefully underprepared. The Patriots did a lot of good things to make their protection packages non-existent. They were running a lot of cornerback blitzes off the edge, so the running backs that were going to check and take off in small routes had to stay in and protect. Greg Roman had no counters to that because, once again, I've never seen a running back in his offense run a route that is not a basic check-in, leak-out. So immediately rocked by the Patriots defensive coordinator. All the stuff down the field, the quick game stuff, does not exist. They run really, really long developing routes when you're getting clamped up man-to-man coverage by Christian Gonzalez. That's not going to work. His quick game has never been anything that exists. All of his stuff that would have worked in a best-case scenario if their tackles were healthy and if Justin Herbert played well just got nuked by a team that was far better than you this day schematically.
Yeah, it was a complete like
Utter domination in all factors.
yeah, and there's not any type of silver lining, shining star
Nope.
in this game.
I mean,
it's,
Kamani,
it's
oh,
three.
he
It's 3
wasn't
points and a
trash.
beatdown.
Yes, he was. The running game was non-existent. Everybody was trash.
It,
wasn't
it's 3. Yeah, it's 3
garbage.
points. It's 3 points and
Yeah, 3
and
points, 2
a
points.
bad showing.
And there's
that-
opposite silver linings. There's even shittier linings to talk about. And I mentioned it briefly. Jesse Minter is going to get a head coaching job.
100%.
This is 100% a Mike McDonald situation. Jim Harbaugh is, Mr. Football, this coach's coach, go out here and rile everybody up and be the CEO. Cool. If you're going to provide value there, you got to consistently hire great offensive coordinators, great defensive coordinators. You found the gem in Jesse Minter that is the only reason you won 11 games twice in a row. It's purely because of him, aside from locker room stuff that I can't understand that Jim Harbaugh does bring, I'm sure. Offensive coordinator, you hired one of the 3 worst in the league. He is fucking horrendous. So you're already batting maybe 50-50 there. And then all the in-game game manager stuff, we were talking about on the broadcast nonstop. He did stupid subs in the fourth quarter that allowed Mike Vrabel to do defensive subs. When you do that, those defensive players can take their sweet fucking time and take off 30 seconds of the clock. He did that twice in the final drive of this game. What does Jim Harbaugh do then? Where's the value you're bringing? You better hire an amazing offensive coordinator, and that's already assuming you fire Greg Roman. And you better do a damn good job replacing Jesse Minter. If not, if Greg Roman is still retained and they do some half-ass shit like firing the passing game coordinator and bringing in somebody else to come in and supplement Greg Roman, who is the most hard-headed offensive coordinator of all time, that did not allow Lamar Jackson to change pass protection at the line, they didn't allow Lamar Jackson to slide left when he identified a blitzer on the left, Greg Roman is not going to be changed by a passing game coordinator. So unless this week really surprises me, Jim Harbaugh, I'm going to feel a lot like the Ravens fans do, letting John Harbaugh stay over Mike McDonald.
These dang Harbaughs, man. It's tough.
These old, outdated fucks, these conservative coaches that don't do a whole lot besides rile people up. I'm done with CEO coaches unless you're Mike Vrabel, unless you're DeMeco Ryans, and even those guys have an expertise on some side of the ball. Jim Harbaugh does not.
It's okay. It's over now.
No, it's not.
You can
They had to
rest.
fire Greg Roman.
You can rest.
It's not going to happen. You'll be in torture for the next few years. But I'm happy you've accepted it.
Jesse Minter is going to go change the Ravens' lives, bring them back to life, make them be back in the previous throne they were on. Meanwhile, they're going to promote from within, hire their secondary coaches, DC or whatever. Greg Roman's going to stay, and I'm just going to be distraught as Justin Herbert gets murdered every single year.
Get ready for 10-7, buddy.
I don't know if they'll get 10-7 without Jesse Minter. But they do have their secondary coach was the co-defensive coordinator at Michigan with Jesse Minter, so maybe he's also nice. Who knows? Maybe he's ready. I don't feel a lot of hope though.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
It's okay. Rest easy.
I wish I had like a candlelight right now. Just light this for you. But it's okay.
So Justin Herbert, you are now the 6th best quarterback in the league. Drake May is number 5. Let's see if Matthew Stafford wins the Super Bowl. Maybe he'll go to 6. You'll be 7. Stuff.
Just keeps on sliding, man. Keeps on
Yeah.
sliding.
Can't slide much further than that because after that it's like Dak and Jaden Daniels and shit. But rest easy, top 3 combos. Which is also funny because I never even actually said that. Like I've always maintained he's like not the MVP level guys.
Mhm.
He's always been a distant 4th or 5th conversation with Joe Burrow. He doesn't deserve Joe Burrow conversations today.
But that honestly,
Damn.
I would say yes, but that's more of a Joe Burrow conversation.
Sure, whatever.
But we can have those in the
Sure,
offseason.
either way, like he is thoroughly like 4 through 8
Yeah.
territory right now after this PR nightmare.
100%.
Yeah, man. He's not even if man no more.
You're a little too fucking happy for a team that has a far worse quarterback that went out in just as satisfaction with higher expectations. How are you feeling? How are you feeling?
First of all, let me put these glasses back on so y'all can't see my pain.
How are you fucking feeling right now, Mister? We still go back to back. Yeah, we've lost 3 straight games in disastrous fashion. We just lost to the Chargers, who suck shit. But we can still go back to back. I still got confidence. How are you feeling after getting the Kyle Shanahan hammer right to the mouth?
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Pause. But like, I mean, obviously I'm not feeling great. You know, my people got smoked out. It's on live TV in front of with the nation watching. Like, it's the worst feeling in the world. Like, they had practice squad dudes on defense and we couldn't score 20 points. That's ridiculous. Jake Elliott, who after last playoff run had a couple misses, but it was like, okay, maybe like clutched up when we needed him to make kicks. It was okay. And then throughout this year, you saw the wheels falling off. Immediately misses an extra point. All right, buddy. Listen, thank you for your service. You've won a Super Bowls. You have like a 60-yard field goal. You have mad game winners. I will appreciate you in 10 years when we celebrate the 2024 team. And that's going to be awesome. You can't be here anymore. I think that right now, the fact that like, so basically everybody knows Patullo is not going to be the offensive coordinator, which is like perfect. He reportedly is still going to be like in the building. He still is going to be like connected. Like, I don't think he's going to be completely dismissed from the building,
Which is weird.
which is, yeah, like I think,
The
and
relationships go so deep in this
well,
league.
yes, but also I think what you've seen throughout this year with Patullo is, and what a lot of people have said is, he's very good at like game planning and like being like in the meeting rooms, but in terms of being a coordinator and being somebody who can see what's happening in real time and adjusting, that's not a strong suit of his. And so a lot of times you've seen the Eagles come out and whatever, you know, thing that they have to work on that week in practice, they'll be fine that first to second drive. And then the other defense is like, okay, this is what they're doing. Let's key in on that. And the Patullo's like, well, that's kind of all I had. So we kind of just have to run it back. Like, the second half Eagles offense has been completely, abysmal throughout the entire year. And so that's one of the reasons why he might still be involved in all this. Overall, I'm at the point where, and I've gone a little bit back and forth, and Nick Sirianni has to be fired.
There we go.
He has to.
I was
going to
say, we're not going to sit up here and spend all this time focusing on Patullo.
No,
This is
he has-
clearly bigger than Patullo.
He has to be fired. And I think that like for a coach that has been at the helm of one of the most successful Eagles runs in franchise history, we are now in 3 straight years where at the end of 23 there was talk about him being fired. 4 weeks going into the bye of 2024, there was talk about him being fired. After this year, there's talk about him being fired. We can't do this every single year where there's always questions about your competency or the stability that you're providing the team with. And so for teams that have, you mentioned it with Jim Harbaugh, if you're going to be the CEO guy, okay, I need real value and I need you to have this company running smoothly, and I need everything to be on a string, and it is clearly not. And at every single point, and really every single year, there has been a time where his brashness and his competitive immaturity has shown. You always see him barking at fans or making these like loud statements or celebrating crazy when you are not recognizing the situation. You beat the Bills 13-12 because and the offense has like 28 yards in the second half. And you come out and you're like, listen, it is what it is. We got to win. We can't complain about the win because that's just going to mess up the vibes. Dude, we had 28 yards of offense. Like, I think throughout this entire experience, Sirianni has shown multiple points of incompetency. And so I do think that he has to go and there has to be some level of stability at the head coaching position. And That has to be the first thing that happens if we want to stop having this super up year, super down year, super up year, super down year.
I have one thing that you didn't mention I'm thinking about.
I can think it too.
Was it Kevin Patullo or was it Nick Sirianni that directed Jalen Hurts to throw in a triple coverage to his tight end on the last play of the game?
Question.
Which one was that?
Question. So, where would you have thrown the ball?
No, not there.
Where?
Or was
AJ. One-on-one.
Yeah, give us AJ.
Yeah, fuck it. That's your only hope.
Which one was it?
I'm asking you though.
Or was it the GM's fault for paying the 18th best quarterback in the league $50 million a year? Who are we putting the blame on there?
See, this is extremely funny. Extremely funny.
LaShawn
Because-
McCoy says, I did a lot of digging.
Extremely funny.
I know some people, and the problem is we can't do different exotic looks, different formations, different motions, because I'm hearing that Jalen Hurts can't really do it. There was a media tour to say Jalen Hurts is incapable of running modern football as soon as the game ended.
Now,
Which is obviously like
I will,
dramatic.
Hold on.
Go
hold
ahead.
on. There's two very, very key things.
Okay, go
Oh
ahead.
my gosh.
Or really three. One, I told him yesterday that I promise to not get rage baited, and I see what you're doing, and I'm telling you, I'm staying.
There's
chill.
no
That's-
rage bait at all. That was
No.
this is all simple observations.
No.
Is this any different than anything I've ever said?
Hold on. That's one. Two, I do think that it is funny that for a lot of, we'll skip two. Three, I think that like obviously with Hurts, yes, he did not play a great game. He has to be better. I've said this a couple weeks ago, especially after the Chargers game, where it's like, listen, regardless of who is calling plays, the offense can't look that bad with you at the helm. That is true. I do understand that. The way that people are talking about Jalen Hurts is very frustrating to me because I do not feel as if it is 100% fair, and I do think that it is somewhat off base. I think that this kind of talk. Wait, can you pull the
LaShawn McCoy tweet?
Yes, please. This kind of talk of we can't do exotic looks, different formations, different motions, as if Jalen Hurts sees a jet sweep and now he short circuits. And there have been different parts of the season and his career in which people have questioned his ability to do certain things. Most recently and specifically at the start of this year, what was the big thing about the running game? Oh, well, they don't run well because they don't run from under center, and they can't run from under center because Jalen Hurts doesn't know how to do it, and he won't do it. And it's like clearly Sirianni and Patullo, they're the head coaches. They see what's going on in practice. They know that they can't run under center and have a successful game. And then we get to week 7 or week 8 after whatever bye, and you have a game plan that is under center, and you have one of the best Jalen Hurts games of his career. You've seen the under center stuff be put into the game plan more and more. This, I think a lot of the things that people want to see from the Eagles offense, one, has not even been tried. And I do not think that it is not tried solely because of Jalen Hurts. I do think that having ideas and trying to once again, at least try, that is 100% coaching. And it is on the coaches to say, even if Jalen Hurts isn't the best at throwing over the middle of the field, never said that he's Josh Allen, Mahomes, or any of these guys, right? But that is a coaching thing. That is on you to take a player and to force him into uncomfortable positions and to try and make him better at those things. And I refuse to believe that Jalen Hurts is some dumb, uncoachable player the way that people talk about him. And so, yes, he has his weaknesses. He has his flaws. To act like he has an IQ of 1 because he can't do different formations. Look at the final drive. We're in like the only motion that they ever have is a stupid short motion with AJ or with Devontae. With any other motion, you know exactly what's going to happen. If I see Devonta Smith in motion coming across the field, he's getting the ball. Why? Because he never goes in motion. The things that the Eagles have done is extremely predictable and it's extremely simplistic. And so then whenever they do try, especially from 20 to 20, somehow in the red zone, they solid, right? But from 20 to 20, when you see anything that is somewhat exotic from the Eagles, you also know exactly where that's going because that is one play that they run every month that can be creative. And so I do think that ultimately, top down, this is a Sirianni and Patullo issue more so than a Jalen Hurts can't handle whatever offensive scheme that people are trying to
You backed me into a corner. You completely reframed this into now I have to act like Jalen Hurts is an idiot, and that's not the point at all.
Yeah.
You've completely reframed this in a way that to disagree is to call Jalen Hurts dumb as rocks, and that's not the point at all.
That is how people have discussed Jalen Hurts.
I get what you're saying. That it's not that he's dumb; it's that he's limited, and you brushed over the middle of the field stuff. That's real. I don't think the point was ever that they can't run out of under center. It's that he wouldn't be comfortable passing out of under center and it'd make you a little too predictable because you would clearly be run focused.
And then he immediately went and dispelled that and had good games.
He did not dispel that. He did have a good game, but he had a good game because if I remember correctly, that was a game where they had a few really deep bomb touchdowns. I think it was one to Devontae and one to AJ Brown.
Who
right?
was it against as well?
Against the Vikings.
Yeah, and they bombed him a couple times deep, and that was right. They had two really big long touchdowns in that game, right?
Yes.
If I remember correctly, up the sidelines. That is never the issue. No matter what, Jalen Hurts is a very good deep ball thrower up the sidelines. Most NFL quarterbacks are. Obviously, some are inaccurate. Every quarterback that makes NFL and is a starter has a baseline accuracy that they can make deep go balls. You do your little pro day, your combine. That is not the skill gap of anything ever, is being able to hit a go ball up the sideline. That's the most rudimentary read because you're not like, it's pretty simple. You see the cornerback, you see if he's open, etc. The thing with Jalen Hurts is, can he turn his back to the defense? Can he identify if a 2 high shell is rotating down to a 1 high shell, if the middle linebacker is dropping into a Tampa 2, all the exotic stuff right now over the middle of the field after he turns his back into play action. If he can't do that at a high level, you can't run under center play actions too much, which if you can't run that, then the under center element is kind of lost on the passing game. Now you're just trying to get good runs, but the passing is going to be mediocre. Now you can't do exotic motions out of that. You can't do all this different stuff. Like, it's really a cascading effect off of the inability to do one thing really well that it doesn't make him an idiot. It makes him poor at turning his back to defense, at one specific skill that holds back that one specific area. And he isn't good at identifying pressure in the middle of the field. He floods too fast to the sidelines and he throws it deep, it throws the check down. He's never done that well a single day in his life. Even when things have worked well last year, it wasn't because of that. It's because everything was so good around him that they did those rudimentary things. It was go balls. It was sideline checks where he's doing one half of the field. If the running game isn't good enough, then all of a sudden these flaws shine more. And we don't got to pretend those flaws aren't there. It doesn't make him an idiot. It just makes him a flawed football player.
I will agree that he is a flawed football player and that he's not perfect. I understand that. What I am saying is, at every turn, when you look at this coaching staff and you look at the messaging from them, Sirianni's two biggest things are we going to win the turnover battle and are we going to win explosives? And if we can win those two things, then we'll be fine. Obviously, finding a way to create explosives has been the undoing of this type of philosophy, especially for this year. But if you go back to 22, you have an offensive Siri's out here ridiculous. If you go back to 22 and you have Shane Steichen, you have an actual capable offensive coordinator of having a young quarterback at the time who's, I guess, in his prime now.
Yeah,
you have Steichen there. He's pushing him to do things that he was not doing the year before. He allowed him to be in situations in which he is growing. That is on the offensive coordinator in that sense. Even if you go back to 2023, they collapsed for two reasons. One, because Hurts and Sirianni are clashing the entire year, and after the year, which is, and also just side note, you know how like after the season, there's always like the piece of like what went wrong and everything like that. That piece got released 2 weeks before the 24 season, as opposed to right after the 23 season. Very, very weird. However, even in 23, you have a Jalen Hurts that in Brian Johnson's offense, which I can't believe that I'm yearning for at this point. But even in that offense, you saw a lot more diverse choices of routes and options and things like that. And statistically, it was his best year. And they did not lose that. They did not lose that year because Jalen Hurts and the offensive struggles. If people don't remember, that defense was piss poor. That defense was like 32nd in yards, the passing defense specifically, 31st in yards, didn't create any turnovers, gave up touchdowns. They got walked down by Drew Lock. They blew like a 20-point lead at home to the Cardinals. Like, At every turn, that defense was letting the offense down, and you still saw Jalen Hurts that was able to execute and lead really, really good offense. And so ultimately, what I'm saying is he ever going to be Tom Brady or Peyton Manning, where he can do at the highest of levels?
Yes.
All the quote unquote quarterbacky things? No. I do not think that he is.
But
I don't think that he's ever going to.
But you realize you also have to stop pushing it and forcing his name into these upper echelon conversations that requires upper echelon skills.
Yeah, I think you just described
That's where you have to stop.
I'll say this because honestly the biggest thing from a Hurt standpoint that I think is worrisome is the fact that the running looks completely different.
Yeah,
that in itself, you can. There's ways to scheme around whatever you like to do offensively and create we've seen them be able to create a passing game that is successful around the things that Jalen Hurts likes to do. The running part aspect of it is where I think that he is different than your typical game managers of your Bo Nixes of the world or whatever, because
he's a way better runner now.
And that's a problem.
Crazy.
And that's a problem. And that's where I think looking at how additive Jalen Hurts is in the run game, if he is not going to scramble, and like we saw in week 1 of the season, if he is not going to be used as a quarterback runner, those things is something where now I'm looking at it, and if that's not there, that's the most worrying
I think
part.
you said a few things before we move on. You mentioned that with Shane Steichen, he did really well, and obviously to go with Kellen Moore. If you need one of the best offensive coordinators in the game to be competent, that's a problem. That's kind of the first sign of being average. The last sentence you said, he's never going to be able to do these quarterbacky things at a high level. That's a veiled way of saying he's average. All these things are kind of stacking up that I feel like you're with a rose-tinted glasses, with the glass half full way, describing that he's average and not terrible.
Well, my question,
which I don't disagree with.
No, but my question for you is like, there's for every other. For not every other, but for a lot of other quarterbacks, you will look at them. We just spent 10 minutes about you calling Greg Roman a terrorist and having him be like, listen, you're putting Justin Herbert in these positions where he only has 4 or 5 opportunities to be successful. You can go up and down the line at any level or in any tier of quarterback, and other people will get some type of sympathy if their offensive coordinator is as bad, and if their head coach is, we are looking at the head coach of the football team and saying you are incompetent and unfit to run this team.
Of course, and that's why we've already established that the coaching staff is an issue. I'm not putting anything all on Jalen Hurts' shoulders. Their OC should be fired, etc. They won with the same scheme last year. Devonta Smith said after his game, it's the same exact scheme. The run game just doesn't work as well, and having a different play caller does make a difference. Obviously, the in-game stuff, like you mentioned, the second half's falling off. There's some element that your OC being less talented in in-game instincts makes a difference, but in large part, it's the same scheme. It just fell apart. So I think part of it is that they're kind of forced into the scheme because of Jalen Hurts' specific strengths. And then the Justin Herbert comparison, it's just like, that's just use context and let's talk about their abilities. Obviously, they're in different calibers of players. But I do give some sympathy there. But also, like, you mentioned that a few years ago, he hit his best season when he was a better runner. That makes sense. 3 years ago, the NFL is just different now. Things change. Back then, Brian Flores was a madman because he was doing all these exotic shell changes and all these different disguise blitzes. Some linebackers were blitzing when they weren't looking like they were going to, and vice versa. Everybody does that now. The game has just moved towards complexity in defense, and maybe that'll flip over in a couple of years. Everything's a cycle. But right now, things are very different than they were 3 years ago with Jalen Hurts as a player and with the defenses as in large part. And all of that kind of makes sense as why Jalen Hurts does poorly now against more complicated defenses when he's a uncomplicated quarterback.
You have to give people an opportunity to be.
No, there's no way you just led with that.
Keep going. That was funny. Keep going.
I didn't even finish my sentence.
I know.
An opportunity. Continue.
Let him be the best version of himself.
No, but you have to give people opportunities with competency at the head coaching position. Sure. And I do think that like if like we've seen really, really good players, and obviously the tiers are different in terms of how we look at them overall. But if you're comparing people to their own standards and to the things that they have set, we're having questions about Patrick Mahomes and saying, hey, like Andy Reid is kind of falling off and he's not necessarily, scheming up the best things. Now we're seeing a lesser version of Patrick Mahomes. We've seen that with Herbert. We've seen that with with Jared Goff, and obviously like the interior offensive line is one of like the bigger issues. But you still are trying to find answers at every tier of quarterback, depending on who the head guy is or who one of the main coaches is. If they are unfit and if they are somebody like 3 years of people essentially calling for their job, most of the time, whenever that happens, we are looking at the head coach and we are saying you are holding people back. And so I do think that there is an element of Sirianni holding him back and holding this offense. And because it's not just Jalen Hurts, the entire offense is held back by Sirianni and by Patullo and by the way that, that they like to run offense. And so I do think that I would like if everybody cleaned house. I would like if Sirianni took his little from Theta Nu and both of them got to leave the building and we got actual competent head coaches, because the roller coaster of getting to a Super Bowl and then having a first round exit or winning a Super Bowl and then having a late season collapse, that is just like everything else in the Eagles offense is not sustainable.
Yeah. I 100% agree. It's not all Jalen Hurts' fault. 100%. You need to acknowledge a bad situation. I just think that Eagles fans also need to acknowledge his part in it, and that it will be a sustained thing going forward. You're going to spend the rest of your life being like, why won't the OC draw up motion plays? And like some of these certain things that are just like intrinsically who Jalen Hurts is. And you're right that it's not 100% him, but I think most Eagles fans treat it like it's 0% him.
Yeah.
And I just think for expectation calibration over the years, there should probably be some recognition that he is a large part of it, while not being the only part. And while it's obviously not impossible to win with him, they've made 2 Super Bowls, they've won one. You can get it done if everything else is good around him. But it probably behooves everybody to understand that it's closer to an average, quote unquote, game manager situation, that like things need to be good around him, rather than you can bank on Hurts to hide flaws or Hurts to be some floor raiser for everybody else,
Yeah. It's so hilarious because if we're being honest here, if AJ Brown just catches one of those drop balls that he over the last couple of days ago, then this is probably a whole entire different conversation. Yeah. So on top of that, like that's working against Jalen Hurts. I didn't even realize this, but over the last 4 years, bro, he's continuously had different OCs. Now, obviously, not to no fault of his own, just the way league works and how teams operate or whatever. But when it comes to quarterbacks that you like to put him into the same conversation as, they at least have bare minimum at least 2 years of having the same OC, not learning a new system, or at least not having to bear new lines of conversation when it comes to just figuring out new game plans. So that's working towards his way too, but still he's not aiding or assisting or making anyone's jobs or lives easier with certain deficiencies that he has.
Yeah. There's a lot of ways you can theoretically say all this stuff that it makes sense logically to not hold certain things against him. End of the day, he's not good at a lot of these important quarterback skills that outside of the on paper context, we can watch him play and analyze it and be like, he's not that great at a lot of things. So it's tough for someone that's not an Eagles fan to want to give him all this benefit of the doubt when there's tangible things that he's just poor at as well.
Yeah. So
all this benefit of the doubt is what though?
So what does that mean?
Yeah, because I mean, I am very curious, and if it turns out differently, then I listen, hand up, you got me. But I'm very curious to see what this looks like without Sirianni, and to see.
What depends who they hire, right?
Yeah. But
if they hire Mike McDaniel and they hire a genius that's amazing at taking advantage of flawed players, he had Tyreek Hill got 1,800 yards of Tua, great coaches can make do and win with weaknesses in their roster. So I don't think anybody's suggesting it's impossible to have any type of success with Jalen Hurts. We just saw it last year. That was how you do it. You conduct an amazing ground game. It's not the only way to do it, I'm sure. I'm sure there's other ways to drop winning plays, winning schemes with him on the field. So
exactly.
Yeah, I'm not saying there's no chance in hell that he could win. I'm just saying for a lot of quarterbacks you might compare him to, there's less chances that there are ways he can win.
Ultimately, obviously, the Sirianni stuff is the biggest thing on my mind at the moment. And you guys might call it. I'm giving him just a little bit even more credit because I've seen the incompetency that you've been dealing with for 4 years, and you've been to 2 Super Bowls and you won one, and you've been able to be in these positions. And ultimately, when we are looking at who's running this team, and you gotta shave your head to lock in, and you're arguing with fans, it's like, yo, this dude really should not be.
That's
here.
the other part. Is like, so yes, two things are true. Jalen Hurts has played good in the big games, so no one can take that away from him. That he has a Super Bowl MVP, he played well. You mentioned I give him the benefit of the doubt because he's made it 2 Super Bowls with this incompetency. Or
just not just a little bit more.
Sure, I know. I get your point. I just don't ever want to assign like team success means quarterback good. Like that whole like connection of just like intrinsically, if this worked out, you have to get some amount of credit. I never want to view it that way. Like I just the entire minimization of the game and of all 22 players in the field to quarterback battle. Like I just never want to use that as a factor.
It's a larger,
he's a winner. That's the worst talking point ever.
It's a larger combo, but I do think specifically, and like the only reason why you even think to do it with quarterbacks is because more so than basically any other position in sports, like you do have ultimately the decision power and the most like a disproportionate amount of influence on how the offense works.
For sure.
And so that is why you do it. We don't have to get into that, but yes, I do think that like basically fire him today, please, and then let's get a serious head coach.
I got one stat for you, Isaac, real quick before you move on, and I just want to leave it at this. No other words after this from me. Jalen Hurts. The Eagles are 1-6 this year when he has to throw the ball 30 times or more.
Tough.
Just noticing.
He said another word, so I'm going to say another word. Check the stats for other quarterbacks when they have to throw a crazy amount of times.
It's not one.
Yeah, it's not a good sign at all. You actually you're down in the script, so that is a little flawed. But yeah, I mean.
It's noticing. That's all.
Well, that is our hour-long funeral for both our teams. Let's get into talking about the rest of the games that happen. We're going to talk about it through the lens of previewing the next week and the games. And as we talk about the teams that won, we'll talk about their previous game in the wild card round as well. Whew. We're going to begin our divisional round preview by talking about, I think everybody appears probably team we're rooting for in the playoffs now, that 2 of our teams are eliminated and one of us is agnostic. The Chicago Bears going up against the Los Angeles Rams. Fresh off of 2 extremely good wildcard games that both teams participated in, the Rams narrowly defeat the Panthers after the Panthers did everything they could to upset a team that they were down 10-point underdog favorites to before the game started. Bryce Young earned one more year again.
Yeah.
Every game he does this. Every year he does this. Earns one more year. He played fantastic. They did everything they could to win. The Rams ended up being a little bit better. Came up clutch in the end. Not much else to say there outside of that game. But Bears versus Packers was obviously ridiculous. Another vintage fourth quarter Caleb Williams performance. When we were watching that game, I was thinking back to that TikTok we did where you guys did a Keep Work Up 4 and how confident you are in other quarterbacks throughout the playoffs. And you kept Caleb Williams saying you were confident in him. First half, I was like, damn, they're going to look crazy. And the fourth quarter came around. He did the same thing he always does. Clutched up. He won again. One of the greatest throws I've ever seen. That fading Jordan logo throw to the left sideline. Insane. Colson Loveland. Superstar awakening. I don't know. What was y'all's thoughts about this game?
I mean, at the time, I still had rooting interest, and I was trying to, get a home playoff game, so I was rooting against the Bears. However, the Caleb Williams ascension, and this is the reason why he went number 1 overall. And there was a tweet that was going around with Ben Solak where he was like, I think we miss, I evaluated the arm strength of Caleb Williams, and everyone was like, "How could you do that to the number 1 overall pick?" Even if you had the highest hopes, I still think that watching some of the throws that he's able to make and watching the velocity that he's able to put on the ball and the placement that when he is in that zone is next level, and it's very, very hard to even evaluate that properly. But this is why I trust Caleb right now. Is why I wouldn't be shocked if the Bears won this game too, is because every single time that they have come back, each time it seems more and more improbable. And they clearly, especially because of him and because of the confidence that they have and because the way that Ben Johnson adjusts from half 1 to half 2 and locks in and is ready to do everything, they are always in a position that it really only needs one break and then the train is rolling. So I think that they're live to beat the Rams, especially since the Rams have to come to Chicago, play in the cold weather, do all that stuff. It's amazing, and like we're gonna have serious conversations about where Caleb stands in the league, even if he's only good for a quarter at a time.
That's why it's such a hard conversation because he's so flawed still and goes in these holes, but always gets it done. And is clearly has so much just power he's barely learning to harness.
Talented winner.
That like right now, play by play, overall sample size, he's not one of the 10 most consistent, high level quarterback providing the most value on a game to game basis, but he's clearly one of the 10 most talented. So at some point he'll cross that Rubicon when he develops a little more and is more good than bad, and not just like the perfect amount of good, that he will be a superstar. Now it's so hard to talk about because he clearly possesses both sides of his brain still.
Yeah, I agree. It feels like all these conversations that people had about him, at least at the start of the year and towards the end of last year, are finally put to rest for the most part in terms of like the legitimacy. This is insane. That's like all said. He actually looks like him. Was that John Travolta? He actually looks like him too a little bit.
Oh, that's Colson Love in Photoshop on John Travolta?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay.
And he actually looks like him a little bit.
well, that's his face. That's Colson Love's face. But
I know. I realized I'm like, oh shit, he actually looks like John Travolta too. That's crazy.
He's amazing, by the way. I know we were crowning Tyler Warren early in the year and he came out so hard.
Mm-hmm.
They obviously took their time implementing Colson Love into the offense. He's incredible now. This is already clearly an elite tight end. 100 yards in this game.
Dude.
Has been dominant for the past month or two.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know any other tight end off the top of my head in the league right now that is as smooth route runner as him, moving through open space with that size and speed while being as good of a blocker as him. Because like Bowers and McBride are better receivers. He's a better blocker than those two.
Mm-hmm.
And then like Kittle's like a superstar. Kittle's a Hall of Famer, best blocker receiver combination of our time. So like outside of him, I don't know who else has both those traits to the level he does.
It's a hard. Whenever you are able to run routes that smoothly and be a good blocker, you're just one of the best tight ends in the league. So yeah, there's not a lot of guys. Like we're talking about a guy that production-wise, especially over the second half of the year, when we go into next year and we're talking about the tight ends, if you take Colson Loveland over a Trey McBride, obviously like Trey McBride has all of the production and he's great in his own right. It wouldn't be crazy. Like if you're calling your shot with Colson Loveland and you say George Kittle, he popped his Achilles. There's an open spot at the top of the tight end throne, especially with Kelsey and him, getting older. If you want to say Colson Loveland at the end of next year is going to be the best tight end in the league, you're not crazy to think that.
I think you're not only crazy, you're smart to think that. Like right now, Trey McBride is clearly better. Like it's not to besmirch him at all. Most receptions the tight end's ever had. He's incredible. Colson Loveland, for all we're seeing right now at this point of his rookie year, if we get a second year leap, he's so young. He's 2 years younger than Tyler Warren. If he continues to develop, if year 2 in the Ben Johnson offense is a little bit smoother because Caleb Lynn's a little more comfortable and has 4 quarters of efficient playmaking with him as your obvious best player on the field now, that's just a fair assumption, I think, that he becomes, if not the best tight end in the league, like in the running for it, like in the short list with McBride, Bowers.
In that top, like interchangeable
where
top
it's a debate. Yeah. Like it'll obviously be reasonable to still pick Trey McBride, I'm sure, because he's such an amazing receiver, so great after the catch that he'll never clear these guys. Like same thing with Brock Bowers, who's a gifted wide receiver. But he'll be in that mix, I think.
I 110% agree. I remember during our fantasy draft, like, I don't know when it happened, like way back in August or whatever, I selected him mad early. And that was one of my few hiccups because it did take him quite some time, probably pretty much the half of the season, Mark Wade, to actually get some top utilization, be prioritized in offense. And seeing him ascend is amazing. And I think what's it's not under talked about at this point in time, but something that my mind just keeps on forgetting is like, bro, like, they're deep as their threat cores and their pass catchers are so fucking deep. And throughout all of Caleb Williams' inconsistencies, there's a consistency of guys who can make plays and break out for 150 yards, 130 yards at any game of the week or any day of the week. So
Luther Burden and Colson Loveland are going to be a problem next year.
That's ridiculous.
Kalman Nungalu producing as a rookie. They have a core here that they're going to continue to develop. And it's so exciting. Like living here. I've lived as an adult in Austin, in LA, and now here. Austin and LA aren't these like rabid sports cities like that. Like I wasn't in LA when the Lakers won the championship. I'm sure that was cool. But there was there's no huge sports like band behind and
that was COVID time too.
Yeah, exactly. Like LA is so fragmented with the sports and so big and diverse that like you don't have that feeling. This is the first time as an adult I've lived in a city where you can feel everybody band behind a team and like they won the game and immediately 10 seconds later I heard fireworks outside. Yeah. I don't even live downtown. I live outside of downtown slightly in like an adjacent area, and there's a park by me. People were still popping fireworks. I'm sure downtown it was crazy. I saw B-Soul's posted a video where he was recording everybody downtown, and it was like loud as hell and stuff. Like it feels crazy to experience this right now with this just feels like team of destiny coming together at the right time with the right coach and the right quarterback. I hope they win the Super Bowl. I don't think they will, but I pray they win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be fun as hell. You mentioned you heard fireworks. Me personally, I heard gunshots. It's amazing.
Did you actually?
I swear to, I'm not lying. I'm not. This is not for jokes. I actually heard gunshots. I swear to God. I did.
That's funny.
But yeah, like of course, like the team camaraderie and all that is good. But who they play up against, the Rams, right?
Yeah.
Overall, I worry for this team. No matter what happens, the season is a wild success. But eventually, we all know what the Achilles heel will eventually be, and it is that defense. I have no idea how they're gonna figure out a way to survive this level of threat that they haven't faced all season long, and so it's been a run.
Man, Puka's gonna go crazy.
It's gonna
But
be
also,
disgusting.
Jordan Love played great in this game. Like Jordan Love was fantastic.
Yeah.
He was highly efficient. They lost in the second half because of typical Matt LaFleur behavior, I guess, getting too conservative, running out the clock. But that's not even a Matt LaFleur thing. That's just a being up in a football game and needing to burn time thing. Like every coach has that happen because it's just natural human instinct to need to be a little more conservative. Like
It's happened to them for a decade.
sure,
You know,
yeah. So
like-
maybe it's a flaw of Matt LaFleur, but it really happens to everybody. Like because it's not even like it's so like analytics thing that we need to stop doing. You do need to burn time and give them as least amount of opportunities as possible when you're up in the game. So there's going to be a natural move towards conservatism, and obviously the other team has the opposite psychological effect. They're going to be hungry. They're going to be gunning it. They're going to be throwing it more and more opportunity to make big plays happen and come back in the game. So I don't know if I really blame anybody on the Packers.
Oh
They-
no, I blame it. I blame everybody. Like
Sure.
Like everybody deserves some blame. And
Yeah, that's a better point. I blame everybody because
Yeah.
that just happens when you're a team that chokes.
And then obviously, I mean, as the head coach and as somebody who's like led this team over multiple eras with multiple QBs and has had this happen, Matt LaFleur, I'm looking right at you. And it's crazy because like he's failing up because there's reports that they've had the conversations about the extension whenever. We kind of had these weird talks all year about is he going to be gone? Are they going to fire him? This and that. But this is 3 times. They've played them 3 times. They have been up on the Bears. All 3. The Bears have done Bears things to them every single time. Where the Packers get up to a lead, depending on how big it is, and slowly but surely the Bears walk them down and they beat them. And in the last game in the regular season, it took a wild onside kick, which never gets recovered at this point in like NFL history, but it still happened against you. Then you get to this point where you're up 21-3, and you should be shutting.
crazy.
You should be shutting everything down, and to have this game lost in the same way, they put up 25 points in the fourth quarter. That's ridiculous. It's crazy.
It's so tough when Matt LaFleur is probably like the 10th best coach in the league. He's a very good coach. Always has a consistent, very good offense. Gives you probably a higher floor than most coaches across the league. He's also the worst coach in his division. You know how hard that is to be a maybe top 10 coach and be kind of clearly the worst in your division? That's puts you in such an awkward spot because how often do you look at the coaching pool around him? Who are they going to go out there and hire that's going to be better than that and give them a better chance to win than, let's say, the 10th best coach in the league? You don't really fire that guy unless you have undoubted reason to and have an undoubted replacement for him that you think will be no matter what better. The risk out doesn't necessarily outweigh the reward, but you also feel like you're going to be in a coaching disadvantage every game in your division now. That's a rough spot to be with no easy answer.
Well, on the brighter note, Matthew Golden, he's
Breakout
here.
game.
Yeah, breakout game. And next year, if you were to tell me he's going to be a 1,000-yard receiver, that will not surprise me at all. Over the last few weeks before the regular season ended, he's been turning the corner. And it's a shame that they didn't go to him more often. I feel like they should at least, bare minimum, like force-fed him the ball here and there to like pretty much right with the hot hand. I feel like you see that often with some of the best coaches in the league, like someone like McVay. If he sees someone like Puka Nacua is in some type of groove, not to say that Matthew Golden's Puka Nacua, but clearly, like if someone has the fucking hot hand and they're like toe tapping all over the fucking field, feed the fucking ball, and that wasn't done. But he did show signs, and that's like at least Packers fans can go home with something.
Yeah, they also have to go home with just the biggest L and a knowledge that, listen, that guy on the other side, you have to be so prepared because not only are you going up against the Bears and Caleb Williams' fourth quarter magic, you are going up against pure hate
From Ben Johnson?
From
Yeah.
Ben Johnson.
Why does he hate him so much? I don't know the
He talked
chemistry
about his game
for
because
the
he's a
Pats.
Packer and Ben Johnson
It's like
understands
it's like
his role.
Michael Jordan stuff where he just has to like tell himself these stories.
Yeah.
And like all of,
Like I
They
thought
had-
that they
no
worked
re-
together, or
they
like
had no relationship, and he came up and was like, "I love beating Matt LaFleur 2 times in the."
You know why?
2 times
So
in the-
one, yes, he has to create demons. He's a madman and competitor like that. He understands his role and what is needed from being the Chicago Bears head coach unbelievably well. I have never seen someone step into a pair of shoes and fit them so well as this guy. Day one, he's saying, fuck the Packers coach. That's precisely what you do to win over the Chicago fan base. Every opportunity you say, by the way, I still hate the Packers.
Dude.
They asked him about it after this game. He said, it's a rivalry. They're the Packers. I need to hate them.
Yeah.
And he's right. He just has to. It's in a blood contract when you work for Chicago. You have to hate the Packers.
the way right after the game ended and he went up to go shake his hand afterwards and he didn't make no eye contact at all. He was just like, and just looked away immediately.
Got
It
your
was
bitch ass.
fucking hilarious, bro. Damn, man.
But yeah, obviously great. How are we feeling about Bears versus Rams? What are we expecting? 4.5 point favorites for the Rams in Chicago. So really they're like a 7-point favorite essentially in a neutral field. Interesting. That kind of makes sense, right?
I mean, as a spread, it makes sense. Listen, the total's at 50.5. I'm taking the over.
It's going to be a
I-
fireworks show.
Yeah.
I think so. I
It's
think
gonna be
this
fun as
game
hell.
could look closer to Bears 49ers than in terms of like a back and forthness.
Mm.
Yeah.
Last
I-
one with the ball wins.
Yeah, I think because
110%.
like the Rams are going to put up 28, 29 points. You said it earlier. Puka is going to have a field day.
Yeah.
There's nobody on the Bears that, and really nobody in the league that has everything that you need to stop Puka. Now, on the other side, I'm penciling in at least 14 fourth quarter points from the Bears, and we'll see what they have
Yeah.
for the rest of the game. But I do think that their ability to run the ball, I do think that if Caleb can get into a mode early, their passing game can also find success against the Rams as well.
Yeah, I mean, the Bryce Young and the Panthers just touched them up in the same way that kind of felt like the 49ers Bears game where the Rams had the ball at the end, came up clutch, and had that last touchdown in a shootout. Like, hey, this could go very similar to that. That Rams secondary is obviously gettable. I don't know who they have to necessarily stop the Colson Lovin thing. They don't have the most athletic linebackers in the world to be able to keep up with him, so he should probably have a good game again. It'll probably feel the exact same way.
How many sacks is Jared Verse getting? This
0. He hasn't done shit.
Yeah.
that's also like
The Rams fans are on his ass.
their edge rushers are going to be under such pressure, not only because one, you are the strength of your defense and you obviously have to set the tone and get pressure and do all that stuff. But as we've seen right now, outside of like Josh Allen, and that's just because he's 6'5", 280. In terms of, hey, don't get sacked on this play. Caleb Williams is at the top of my list of who I want. And so if he's able to still be mobile, which we've seen him have success throughout this entire year, if he's able to be mobile, not go down, be able to extend plays, keep looking downfield, that's when now this Rams secondary has to cover for 3, 4, 5 seconds. And that's when you really get in trouble when the improvisation comes into play with Caleb Williams. That's why I think their offense will be fine. Also, 4.5 makes sense on paper. I do think that the Bears cover in this game because this cold weather stuff and coming into a situation like that, it's gonna be tough.
Okay.
What's the
So
weather
if the
gonna be
Rams
like?
win, it'll be pretty obvious, right? That they're able to get up because their offense is so efficient, that the Bears' run defense is going to be the Bears' run defense, and they're going to do their normal stuff. Kyron should have a good game. Puka will eat over the middle of the field against those middle of the field defenders of the Bears, especially with Edwards got hurt. He's not going to be in this game. Unfortunate. Ozzie Trujillo is hurt, not going to play in this next game. Unfortunate. Both those guys out for the season. So you can understand it going the way you would think on paper. The defensive line goes crazy, gets them down, and they just strangle them in the fourth quarter and don't let them do Caleb Williams magic. And it just kind of looks like what you'd expect when you see a team down 21 points, that they just kind of go out to whimper, right?
Mhm.
That's all kind of imaginable. What would have to happen for the Bears to win? What does that look like?
What it's so obviously you either have like this normal script, which is what they've been running fourth quarter comeback. That's fine, right? We
Miracle.
we could pencil that in. I do think that the most logical way that they win is the shootout way.
Exactly. Yeah. I
I'm
agree.
pressuring Matthew Stafford.
Shootout, pressuring Matthew Stafford while also not letting Puka Nacua, like, let alone annihilate you. Like, he can annihilate
He
you.
can't
You're
stop
gonna
that
get
part.
annihilated
That's a given.
regardless. But if you figure out ways to contain Landman and not have him claim more fucking territory, and then Devontae Adams, who was during the Panthers game as well, don't let him like get his get right game against you guys too. I think that's a very like if you tell me the Bears win, those two things have to be in play.
We didn't talk about it much. The Panthers were getting to Matthew Stafford, pressuring him all game. Matthew Stafford was ass for his standards in this game until he clutched up in the fourth quarter and had that final touchdown, which is Matthew Stafford football. You never count him out until the end. He was getting touched up all game, getting rush pressured. He looked like an old quarterback that couldn't escape pressure in this game very often. Had some accuracy issues because of that, because he's trying to escape pockets and couldn't get it delivered. We'll see if the Bears front seven can do that.
There's not a single quarterback in the league who just refuses to run more than fucking Matthew Stafford at all.
And it showed in this game. But the Panthers probably have a better pass rush than the Bears do. That's not exactly the strength of their defense. So we'll need Dennis Allen dial up some creative pressure packages and get Matthew Stafford under pressure and uncomfortable like we saw in that game to really have a chance.
I'm penciling in right now. Puka 9 catches, 136 yards, and 2 TDs. We're going to have that. The other thing for the Bears in terms of them playing their style of football includes turnovers. And we saw in this Panthers game, Stafford's going to give you an opportunity. He is going to throw the ball up at least once or twice a game, and you are going to have to take full advantage of that. You have that opportunity to get a pick, and we know that from time to time, your man Kyron Williams can be putting the ball on the ground sometimes. If you can peanut punch the ball out and you can take your chances and get turnovers there, that's going to be fine. I just looked at the weather. High of 19 on Sunday.
Ooh, shit.
Really not much to say. Like, you have to do what you always do.
And that's
Caleb has to be a hero,
and that's the night game.
Defense has to create opportunities to give him heroic opportunities after he fucks up a few times.
Yeah, that's the night game. The low is 11. It's gonna feel like 0.
I'm gonna be toasty in my house by a fireplace.
And so watching Matthew Stafford and this 37-year-old man be in the freezing cold, I don't want to run. Listen, man, he is not running at all.
Yeah. So I assume the Rams will find a way to win, being the better team on paper. But I'm hoping with all my heart the Bears continue this miraculous run because it is fucking miraculous.
They cover.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have a strong opinion outside of hope that the Bears continue.
Yeah.
49ers versus Seahawks, other NFC game. The 49ers come in fresh off of exposing everything wrong with the Eagles. We talked about it for 25 minutes. One of the greatest coaching showcases of all time for the 49ers. I don't think Shanahan's going to win Coach of the Year because that is an award that goes to like bottom of the barrel teams that get good every time. And like usually like first time head coaches, it feels like. That's like a Coach Rookie of the Year at this point. Shanahan is the best coach in the NFL right now. The things that he's done, him and Robert Saleh, but again, that credit goes to the head coach who picked Robert Saleh, to be here, to beat the defending champs with this many goddamn injuries, and then you lose George Kittle for the season, a fucking horrendous injury for someone at that age to tear an Achilles, and to win this game still with no front seven push at all because all your players are injured. Your weapons are depleted. Pearsall didn't play in this game. Like I said, Kittle goes out. Jawan and Jennings doesn't exactly look 100% healthy. Insane to be at this point. Give me the Seahawks.
Yeah, I got the Seahawks as well. And at this point in time, like, of course, like we all know, going back to what you said earlier about the TikTok that we made about what quarterbacks we did a key forecast for what quarterbacks we want to trust and not trust. Sam Darnold is very much on the side of we don't trust him for so many turnover prone reasons. And maybe I can see a world where Sam Darnold does the Sam Darnold things that you guys suggested and is just like a complete shit show for turnovers, regardless of how they happen. I could see that. But man, I feel like it's so hard to believe considering how like thin they are defensively. And they, going back to what you say, love to say again, they got dudes off the fucking street. Dudes who used to work at Pep Boys, like Pep Boys running that secondary. So it's like, it's hard for me to envision it, but I can see a world in where it happens.
Yeah, we just saw the Seahawks dominate them 2 weeks ago. This is the next game the Seahawks play. It's always a little awkward when you play a team back-to-back. Very rarely happens. See, even when it's like in close proximity, like we just saw with the Packers and Bears, there's always some interesting element that they just saw you, and when you win, they're going to adjust to that. So you got to adjust to a theoretical adjustment. So maybe that creates some opportunity for the 49ers to get them again, learning from their mistakes. But the Seahawks are just so much more talented on paper while still being extremely well coached. Hard to pick against the Seahawks other than riding the hot hand the 49ers have.
It might be PTSD, but like I think they cover because I also think that even in that game where they completely dominated them, scored 13 points.
Yeah.
Like Seattle, it's not like Seattle came out and put 40 on their head. They were ultimately prepared for everything that Seattle was doing. It's obviously like the offense's fault, and you're going up against, one of the one of the three best defenses in the league.
And it might be one.
That's what I'm saying. Like my top three would be Houston, Denver, Seattle,
Mhm.
and you can have it wherever. I'm gonna take Houston, but that's neither here nor there. The Seahawks have looked gettable over the last 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Their offense, like they've had a couple moments where it's been okay, but they like you look at the Thursday night game against the Rams. Obviously, they had a massive game there. Other games, the finishing in the red zone has been very tough. They haven't been able to find a true like or get back to the wheels clicking and get back to their offensive identity. I don't think it's crazy if you pick the Niners in this game, and because San Francisco did just see them, I do think that gives the Niners the advantage in this.
The advantage? The advantage feels dramatic. Does it close the gap? Sure. But the advantage?
I
mean, the Seahawks just saw them too. It works both ways.
I understand it. I kind of want to go with the Niners here. I'm not. I 100% think they cover. I do not think it's a blowout at all.
Yeah, of course.
And but the way that like the CMC also is able to be put in optimal positions, and they're allowing him to just be him and just be a guy and just go out and do things.
Yeah.
Especially now that George Kittle's hurt. CMC's finna get 40 touches. And it really doesn't even matter if 20 of them are a 2-yard run. He's gonna have a million choice routes, a million option routes to go ahead and do what he does. And so I do think that San Francisco is in a better position right now than they were a couple weeks ago. I think that they keep it close. It's hard for me to pick right now. I think you know what I'll do? I'll go with San Francisco.
Just go with your heart. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
I'll go with San Francisco.
I can't blame you. Like they have the best coach in the league right now, the best offensive coordinator in the league right now, who's on a tear. Bigger upsets have happened before. If you tell me that they can continue to carry some momentum and win for the same reasons, I believe you. Especially with the Seattle offense in the second half of the year being so bottled up compared to what it was early in the year when they were just lighting teams up with the pass. If you tell me they stop the run game and don't get quite as much Zach Charbonnet damage as they did last time they played, and is a typical Seattle Seahawks run performance that's highly inefficient, but does a solid enough job setting up the pass. If you tell me Sam Darnold struggles because Robert Saleh puts him in hell, okay. I don't really think the 49ers have the juice up front to put anybody in hell at this point.
Yeah, but we haven't thought that for 2 months
Exactly.
now. And they were a game away from being the one.
Sure, but they're not winning because they're putting quarterbacks in hell. You know, like they're winning from the offense and being good on the secondary. And I think the exact formula to make the Seattle offense fall apart is with that pressure. And that's not really their strong suit. They can still win, but they don't have the obvious strong suit that we, like hold against Sam Darnold from what he struggles against. So I'll go with the Seahawks, but I'm definitely open to the possibility that it could be an upset.
Yeah. If anyone out there just doesn't think the Seahawks or the 49ers doesn't have a chance, you're out of your mind.
Yeah, we're past that. Like they always have a chance, clearly. Like there's no writing them off entirely.
Yeah.
You can never be certain they're going to go down at this point.
Yeah, I'm going to lean with the Seahawks, though. Just barely. I don't feel comfortable ever.
And also, like, Kittle's not going to play in this whole game. Like they need every ounce of injury luck they can get, and they just got the worst one of the year.
Can't believe his Achilles is gone. His career's got to be over, right?
I don't know. He might come back, but at this age,
he's up there.
Yeah, at this age. I mean, if you told me he retired, doesn't want to deal with that, I would believe you. If you tell me he comes back and isn't the same, I'd also believe you.
Yeah.
But in the day, he's gonna be able to block until he dies, so he'll still be valuable. I'm sure. He has the play type that he'll probably be all right.
All right.
And he's been dealing with gruesome injuries his whole career.
Yeah.
Honestly, like he's the perfect candidate to just be like, I'm good. Like I've dealt with one too many terrible injuries. I'm gonna hang it up. I had a good run. I would not blame him at all.
Tell that man put on 50 pounds. Get on this line, man.
Like Darnell Washington.
We need help.
Imagine he got big, turned into Darnell Washington.
Yeah.
That'd be sick. I want to see more career pivots like that. Let's just change up our body type, be a different type of guy entirely when things don't work out.
We need more Brooke Lopez's in the NFL.
Facts. Well, okay, narrowly picking the Seattle Seahawks to win that game and do their job. Speaking of the 1 seeds, let's move over to the AFC. Bills versus Broncos. The Bills open up as 1.5 point underdogs versus the 1 seed Denver Broncos, fresh off of a bye, with Bo Nix playing probably his best football of his career in the second half of the season. Not the last game in which he played absolutely horrible against the backup Chargers defense, but week 18 mulligan. We don't care. Buffalo Bills defense that's in the secondary pretty much was responsible for them beating the Jacksonville Jaguars. They were incredible, taking away all the bread and butter down the field that the Jacksonville Jaguars want to do. They still got rushed on pretty efficiently by the Jags, but because of game script and just good coaching, they kind of made the Jags go away from that. They didn't pound the rock quite as much as they felt like they should have, and they made just enough plays, turned over Trevor Lawrence just enough in the second half of the game to come away with a victory. They could probably do that against the Broncos.
Oh, I'm taking them.
Okay, you're taking the Bills.
I'm taking the Bills. I think.
Okay, what did you see in that Jags game? Let's talk about that game first.
I think honestly, what I saw was something that I didn't see, which was a dominant Bills running game. The Jags did a very, very good job of stopping James Cook and of stopping that running game. And we've seen all year, we've seen how strong the Jags run defense has been, and that was one of like the key matchups coming into the game. They took that away and they said, "Listen, you and Mr. Cookie are gonna have to beat us, and specifically you, right? Josh Allen, you are gonna have to be Superman mixed with Batman in order to beat us." And he did.
And he was.
And he was. And he is the lone. He's the lone quarterback in the playoffs remaining that has the ability to go into this like upper echelon, upper level of all time play. Everything is going to be on my back, and that's like we've been talking about the Bills and saying, you know, it's their best opportunity because Mahomes isn't there and Lamar's not there. But in order for them to do that, Josh Allen is gonna have to go, you know, sicko mode. He's capable of doing that, and he did that. And so I do think that against this Broncos defense, I think they'll find a way to be just a little bit more successful in the running game. And so whenever you have that and the ability for Josh Allen to go sicko mode, I think they'll have enough offensively to where they can be good enough and they can win this game.
Yeah, like after they beat the Jags, who we picked the Jags, obviously we made sure to say we think Josh Allen is perfectly capable of making this a close game, despite the advantages on paper that we feel the Jags have in the second half of the season. After Trevor Lawrence kind of miraculously developed into a top 10 quarterback for a whole half of the season, went towards the Jags, better team offensively and defensively combined with more strengths, probably the play calling advantage. Josh Allen completely neutralized that, as well as the secondary playing really well against the Jags, so that's obviously a thing too. Josh Allen took a QB sneak for a 10-yard touchdown.
I know.
Josh Allen turned straight into Superman, and you know they can lose. They've lost in the past in the playoffs, obviously never making a Super Bowl. I feel like Josh Allen just doesn't get dominated. Like I feel like he just doesn't, like, and this is a very like first take ass argument now. He doesn't go out sad. Like he's gonna be able to have a floor offensively that you really don't see in these other quarterbacks.
Embrace that, mate.
Like, he does not go out sad with his playmaking ability, with his legs, always giving you the short yardage advantage. That like it's like kind of like having him. He's the built-in version of what the Eagles had last year. Every time it's 4th and 2, they're gonna be able to convert because their offensive line and Hurts were so crazy at that. Josh Allen always brings that. His line is talented. His line is going to protect him. I don't feel like he's ever going to be under siege. And if he's not under siege, he's going to make the right play, going to extend plays. It entirely comes down to me, their defense, if they can hold up against the Broncos offense. And I am not confident enough in the Broncos offense for me to be able to feel like if we do get these fourth quarter games that they're always seemingly in between Josh Allen and a playoff team, that I'm going to feel confident in the run game and the weapons and the Bo Nix of it all over Josh Allen, who's just proven that he's going to be remarkably consistent.
Yeah, I would like to believe that, but to this day, again, it's been 2 weeks or whatever since we've seen this Broncos team play, and I cannot forget how fucking sound this defense is, pretty much from all levels. Yeah. And although he's obviously Josh Allen, best quarterback in the NFL, obviously, and all that, but all around, I don't know if the Bills have enough advantages to eke out outside of that. Yeah,
it's hard defense. Well, again, if their secondary can do so well, bottling up the Jags, passing it back down the field, and not letting them get beat with explosives like they did, and forcing them to enough mistakes, all of that can still be applied to the Broncos. The Broncos also don't have a pretty unphysical wide receiver room that they can dominate the same way. Tre'Davious White obviously had that game-winning pick where he just completely manhandled Jacoby Myers off the line, got the ball tipped up for a pick. That type of stuff happens a lot. They have a physical DB room that's very talented there. They can get the game off against these Broncos wide receivers. A lot of the value that the Broncos have that will be the deciding factor to me is how they're able to get these second-level Bills defenders in space on these short yardage throws that they do really good yards after the catch with. That's kind of their bread and butter, running a lot of short actions, a lot of drags, a lot of zigs, getting the ball to Troy Franklin and whoever for 3 yards. They can turn it to 8. This Bills defense, especially the safeties, have a history of being very poor tackling running sideline to sideline. If they can do that, if they can bottle that stuff up and not allow 4 yards turned to 8 every single time on these throws, I could definitely see them having a good game against the Broncos offense.
They for sure can. I think that leads right into the way that like the Bo Nix experiences, normally is, where you have a lot of short passes. You let your playmakers make space, and then the Broncos are they're ultimately going to ask Bo Nix one to two times. All right, we've peppered them with enough short yardage stuff. Let's hit this bomb right here. Can you hit the bomb? And if
Against his defense, he probably can.
And if he can hit the bomb, then obviously Denver they should be fine. You said that you don't see the Bills having enough advantages, and I agree with that. I think if we did like a boxing scorecard, then 1-1 on paper, you are correct. Now let's do it weighted. Right? Let's do it weighted, and let's see when we have this other guy that for a lot of other quarterbacks, even them going to this upper level is like, okay, cool. Like you did that. You put the team on your back. When we're talking about Josh Allen, who historically, like, you talk about playoff rising, Josh Allen is one of those guys that legitimately gets better, that consistently puts the team on his back. Like, I'm with you. I just think that Josh Allen is going to be the difference. And if the Bills are going to have ultimately the success, if they are going to have it, it's going to be started from a point of Josh Allen going into Superman mode. And I think that he can do that. And so that's why I'm just going to ride with that right now.
Also, like, how these two run games fare. The Bills are bottom 3 in every single rushing statistic you can find. Success rate, EPA per play, total rushing yards, whatever. The Bills have a bad rushing defense. The Broncos running game has had some ups and downs throughout the year. It kind of died midway through the year. I think it's been a little bit better as of late. Seeing how if they can really expose the Bills and make that a point of domination where they'll get some stops, they'll get some opportunities, a good field position against the Bills offense. And can they run the ball, run the clock out, get into field goal range, and get enough field goals? That's really how they win. And that's how all these teams with strong, slanted defensive teams win. Get good field position because your defense is so dominant. Stop them behind their own 20, get the ball back, and just get a few plays, a few good runs, and get into field goal range and get more threes than they can get sevens. That's kind of the game plan for a defensive slanted team. If they can run the ball against this terrible Bills defense, I think I could see that happening. Yeah. But if the Bills running game gets going and they're able to assert the will against this Broncos defense, which is amazing against the pass, good against the run, but amazing against the pass. If James Cook can have a crazy game, then you combine everything you said about Josh Allen, this feels like a game where we can do the first take shit and be like, I'm gonna trust Superman Hall of Fame quarterback.
And I'm curious to see if the Bills are going to be able to really, really force like key mistakes and force the turnovers, because the fact that you were able to get those turnovers off of Trevor Lawrence, obviously 110 in the game, you had one earlier in the game. There was a stop down in the red zone where you were able to turn the Jags over on downs, get them out of a scoring situation. Those things where you're flipping the field and you're giving Josh Allen and you're giving that offense a short field, though, if you can get one or two of those the same way and give yourself that much more margin for error, then as opposed to just punt back and forth and we're just playing field position all game long, that's going to be 100% key for the Bills.
And how are these Broncos safeties going to come downfield and abuse these short area receivers of the Bills? I want to see Dalton Kincaid smacked every time he touches the ball. I want to see Hufanga flying around. Shakir smacked.
Put that Guardian cap on Shakir.
Oh my God.
We're head up today. Keon Coleman, you're large. You better play like it because you're going to get smacked by Hufanga.
These guys are dangerous.
These guys are dangerous. So yeah, I'm okay rocking with the Bills. They're 1.5 point underdogs. Bills win a very close game.
Yeah.
But I would love to believe that, man. But I think I got the Broncos.
You're going Broncos. Okay.
Yeah. Again, this is close for a reason. 1.5 point spread. This is going to be who gets a good fourth quarter turnover.
Yeah.
So, Broncos fans, we're not doubting you. We're not saying you're fucked because of Bo Nix, okay? They can win. But man, Josh Allen's different right now. Josh Allen's different right now.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
Bro, he hyperextended his knee. He
Doesn't
got
matter.
evaluated for a fucking concussion.
Doesn't matter.
He hurt his right hand.
Doesn't matter.
Brother, like, he went through so much that game. And man, I hope he's gonna be straight enough.
He'll be fine.
It's crazy how the Lamar over Josh Allen argument died in darkness. Josh is
You
different.
can't do it.
Josh is different. This guy, like right now, like he probably has to have the crown for best quarterback in the league.
He has.
Yeah.
Like
He has.
obviously
He
the
has it
Mahomes
right
thing,
now.
we understand why Mahomes went this way, but like even if that wasn't the case, and even if like Mahomes had a good year, and let's say he still gets hurt, but like he played more like Mahomes and they were on track to make the playoffs or whatever, Josh Allen's played so good that it still wouldn't be crazy to just say you think Josh Allen's better than Mahomes right now.
It would have came down to if they played it in the if they got into the playoffs.
That's the great
and they
equalizer
played
from Mahomes.
Yeah,
that he owns them. But shout out Spagnola. But listen, man, let's see. If the Bills get it done, if the Bills win the Super Bowl, and then we no longer have that equalizer isn't there anymore in terms of recent success, it'll be a fun convo over the next 2 years.
he's
back, man.
everything they wanted.
He's a great white hope, and he's fulfilling it so far. Doesn't it feel like they're gonna win the Super Bowl a little bit?
Slightly,
Like it makes sense. Like you see the stories develop. Like
because in my head, I was thinking about this after the Patriots game because I was doing my like who do I like want to win the Super Bowl, and I'm going through the AFC, and I was like, there's no way that like Drake May wins it in like year 2, right? Like that can't happen.
also possible. Yeah,
And
we'll
like
get to that.
you just go through all of these other situations,
So let's get into it now.
and it's like I think I don't know. I think AFC Championship game. I do think it's going to be Bills Texans.
Bills Texans.
Wow.
Yes, I think
What?
I think the
Wow.
Texans win this week.
Okay. Well, let's get into that. Obviously, the last game we have here to talk about Texans versus Patriots. So you just said you think that the Texans are going to win this game. They are 3-point underdogs heading into it. So do you think? Well, real quick, the Texans obviously just beat the Steelers last game, and the first half of the game. When we talked about the preview, I was like, I'm gonna pick the Texans. Clearly, they're the Texans. The Steelers are the Steelers. I feel like this might be a little closer than we want it to be, just because the Texans' offense has been so inconsistent, and I could see C.J. Stroud getting pressured, and the Steelers being able to muddy it up and make it an equalizer game there. And maybe the Steelers' offense can get just enough of their screen bullshit going, move the ball just well enough that maybe they can neutralize the pass rush advantages and like get enough field goals that it's some muddy, ugly game that I do think the Texans will win, but it might be some like last fourth quarter thing. That was happening for a while because C.J. Stroud was playing the most boneheaded bullshit game I've ever seen. And then the Texans defense locked in, scored 2 touchdowns, put that old man down, decided to realize that the most talented team in this defense by far, shut all that down, ended up being a big difference in score. But the first half did feel like that.
It did. And
So do you feel the Texans would have beat the Patriots, is my follow-up question, if they were in the Chargers position?
yes,
For sure, 100%.
yes, I think. And again, like when we're talking about the Texans, this is why I also said, if I say that the Texans are scoring 21, 7 of those points are coming from the defense.
Yeah.
That this defense is scary. This is why I think that they are the best defense in the league. They are such. We are going to line up. We are going to play, and we are going to beat you down. And one, they had the perfect opportunity to do that because Aaron Rodgers can't move, and the Steelers are not creative offensively like that. But they were like from early on in the game. Steelers, they got a couple plays downfield, and they were able to really push the ball downfield. Then you settle into the game, and even with all of the C.J. Stroud mistakes and turnovers and just poor offense, they're holding them to 6 points the entire way through. And so I think that there's C.J. Stroud has the biggest margin for error out of any quarterback because of how good this defense is. And so he can turn the ball over 3 times, and he can have some of the worst decision making that you've seen in his entire career.
What's his deal? Like, I'm so tired.
I've
What's
no
his
idea.
fucking problem, man?
I have no idea. Okay, the first one, I was like, you know what? Fine, he's trying to make a play after that. The second one, that's why I started to feel like you. I was like, listen, bro, I'm on your side. You got to help me help you.
I've been defending you for 2 years, and all I
Please.
can ask is, what the fuck is wrong with you? Where did this rookie sensation go? Why is it like this? Protection isn't great, I know. The receiver room, I think it's developing as the year goes on, isn't great, I know. We don't know if Nick Haley's good. I understand all that. The context isn't good around him. What the fuck is his deal, though? The decisions he makes, the throws he misses on the field, both accuracy and identifying, it just feels like... It's weird that rookie year was so good and he was so accurate and so like mature as a pocket presence that I would keep wanting to give him benefit of the doubt, but he makes very unmature mistakes that like it tracks. Like if that rookie year never happened, it'd make a lot more sense to me. Watching last year and this year, this feels like a flawed young quarterback that is like obviously good, but not like sensational in a lot of ways. And maybe he'll get there, but yada yada. But the rookie year is so good in such ways that felt certain that I don't understand this player.
Right now, he's the poster boy, and especially if you still believe in him, which I do, he is the poster boy for progression is not linear. And sometimes you have very high highs and you have some lows and you have to go through stuff. And ultimately, I do think that he will stabilize somewhere in the middle of where he was his rookie year in terms of like stature. Because people were like, "Oh yeah, Stroud's a top 5 quarterback now." I don't think he's going to be like that.
But he did kind of play like that though. Like it wasn't that much glaze. Like he really did play like that. Like it was like Jaden Daniels, where it's like, oh, this is clearly a guy who's playing at a top 10 level already.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Drake May this year. Like he really was that good.
He was, but now we're seeing these mistakes, and I have no idea if we just need to get to the end of the year and just have a fresh reset. And like if at the beginning of the year he saw so many ghosts that now we're still in the same season and it's still affecting him.
Yeah.
And he legitimately just needs to take a step back, have a recalibration of how this team needs him to operate, and then we can move forward. If that's it, then that's it. But I think even right now, the way that this defense is playing, the fact that we did just see a Patriots team put up 16 points and have some issues, Houston is going to be able to get home. And I think that because of that, I think they can force a turnover. I think that they can keep this offense down. The wide receivers for the Patriots, they're fine. It's a good story. Listen, man, we got some heavy hitters on our side.
They're not fine. I'm not gonna lie. It's a real weakness.
I think that Houston is going to be good enough to overwhelm them defensively, and that is where they will win this game.
Did you see?
Yeah.
Did you see Will Campbell against Adafe Owe in that game?
He was fighting for his life.
Fighting for his goddamn life.
It was
Do
sad.
you understand who Adafe Owe is compared to Will Anderson Jr.? Man, compared to Daniil Hunter, game's in his hands in some regards. Like what they get at that line, especially Will Campbell, as supposed to be their best lineman, obviously top 5 pick in the draft. Gonna learn a lot about them in this game.
Yeah, that's why I have the Houston Texans, man. Like through all the stuff that CJ Stroud has going on, as long as like, man, the amount of miscues that I saw is so mind numbing, and it feels almost like inexplainable. Like after the season, he legitimately needs to like talk to probably like a psychologist or psychiatrist or something like that, bro. Because there's just like no explaining that. But as long as that defense looks like the best defense that I've seen in my life, as long as that pertains, which it obviously fucking will. And then on top of that too, like Woody Marks, I think he rushed for like 112 yards or something like that as well. As long as he's doing that, then I feel like this is the ultimate test for someone like Drake and May, and with the receiving core and the solid running game, and their defense is just,
Drake. Well,
I just don't see them succumbing that.
The defense played exceptional against the Chargers
For sure.
And to be fair, it's not hard to look like a genius when you're facing Greg Roman. So maybe that was what happened there. But I do think they're a very well coached defense. If Christian Gonzalez is healthy, which is a big decision maker in this game, he went out with the concussion in that Chargers game.
Same thing for Nico Collins as well.
Oh, Nico Collins too. Obviously, big swing factor there too. That'll be a thing because if the secondary plays the level they played against the Chargers, and if the DC coaches as well as against the Chargers, taking advantage of their weaknesses, really doing great pressure plans to make it so the quarterback doesn't have the checkdowns, they're probably going to have CJ Stroud in hell as well. But the real thing to me is Drake May's specific weaknesses. He'll take a sack. Take a few. He is not great at avoiding sacks right now. And obviously the Texans defense is incredible at getting to the line. Getting to the quarterback. But Drake May also has that same superpower that Jaden Daniels had as a rookie, that if you blitz him, he will identify the blitz and take the exact right check down to the exact right area your blitz vacates every single time. He killed the Chargers with that at throws out of the backfield to Ramondre Stevenson. Chargers were doing a lot of box safety blitzes, immediate little Texas route to the running back who's vacating that exact spot where the linebacker safety was. He'll take the easy route every single time and won't try to do too much. He'll take some singles and hope to set up the home run eventually. The opposite of CJ Stroud. But the Texans don't do a lot of blitzing from their second level. They'll send 4 and get to you. So if they get to him before, obviously Drake May's just fucked. But if they protect him well and have to dial up these blitzes and have to send some second level defenders, Drake May's got goddamn good at that, and that's kind of how you beat a great defense.
Yeah, the Texans are king of like the fake smart defensive game plan, which is, listen, if you can get 4 on the quarterback, if you can rush 4, you're good. And it's like, yeah, duh. Yeah, that's kind of what it is for everybody.
And quarterback analysis. If you get to him with 4 linemen, he's gonna be weak under pressure. Yeah, that's every quarterback ever. It's hard.
And so the Texans are key. Like they are a very straightforward defense. They do what they do, and I think because of that, it allows them and it allows the linebacking core and their secondary to play as aggressive as they need to, because this line can create pressure on anything. So you have two amazing edge rushers. I just think that New England gets outmatched here.
Yeah, you have two amazing edge rushers that are clearly capable of dominating your tackles. You have two amazing corners that are so much more better man coverage than your wide receivers on the outside. You have some athletic linebackers that can spy Drake May and not let him use his legs too much in Al-Shaair. There's no real reason to think that the Patriots offense will succeed
outside of we have Drake May.
Yeah, but they have advantages for Drake May specifically. So unless Drake May makes magic happen, hits him with some great deep balls, which he's very capable of doing, Texans defense has massive advantages. It's really just the other side of the ball. And if you think, I also feel that might be equally massive advantages.
Yeah.
So who are you going? We're going with the Texans. Who are you going with?
I don't know. Do I go with the MVP quarterback that could be the equalizer, or do I go with the all-time great defense that could be the equalizer? These are some close games this week. Fuck.
It is. It's going to be good.
It depends on what mind state CJ Stroud is on. For you, probably. That's all that depends on.
I guess you guys are rocking with the Texans. I'll be the other side. I'll just pick the Patriots so we have some difference in this room. I'll go with the quarterback being the difference, but that Texans defense is truly all-time.
It's like that.
It's one of those defenses.
It's ridiculous, man.
If they win the Super Bowl, they're going down in history with next to those 13, 15 Broncos, all those teams, the old Ravens. Not that the Ravens are the GOATs, but they're going to be like this next version of that.
Wow, man.
Is that the last game?
It is. 4 games.
Yeah.
Wow. Yep. We're here.
That's crazy, man.
Who
the fuck is winning the Super Bowl?
I was just about to say.
I don't know.
These guys, man.
I honestly feel like Super Bowl winner may be one of these two teams. If Drake May can overcome this, then it's like,
I think the Texans
stop you.
Because again, I think that the AFC Championship, I think the Bills and the Texans are going to win this game. I think the AFC Championship would be those two. We saw the amount of pressure and confusion that the Texans were able to put on the Bills the first time that they played. It's wild to think that a team that started off as bad as they are could just make this run and legitimately, because they've won 10 straight now. Like, for them to make it to the Super Bowl, you have to not lose for 3 months straight.
That's outrageous.
That's so hard to do, and it does not make sense that a team can do that. But I feel like right now, if we're talking about just overall units and which unit is the most special, the Texans defense has to be one of the 2 top units in the entire playoffs left.
Yeah. We'll see, man. It feels like Josh Allen's year, I think.
We'll
Just in
see
terms of
how it
like
goes.
narrative and like vibes in the air, feels like we're heading that way.
Feels like it should be that.
We'll see.
Year, I don't know when.
That's football. It's the most unpredictable sport in the world.
Yeah.
Exactly, man.
Dude, basketball 7-game samples. We can predict some shit. You can feel bad about getting stuff wrong. Here, who knows, man?
Feel bad about for Jacksonville's fans, man. Jaguar fans are sick to their stomach.
Wait, time out, real quick. I just need to see if this does play out the way that I thought, then that's crazy. The Bills wouldn't even get the AFC Championship game at home because they're the 6th seed. So it would be a road playoff game to get to the Super Bowl for the Bills.
That's crazy.
They have to go back to Houston to do that.
Damn.
Tough.
Yeah, that's tough.
Tough.
Yeah, man. That's tough.
Yeah.
That's
Well, with that
tough.
being said, TikTok time. Welcome to TikTok time. Today, we're going to begin with a draft. We are going to draft NFL offenses like we usually do. Running back, quarterback, tight end, 2 receivers. But we are going to do it where we draft these players like we did on TU3 as of late with teams we draw from this wheel. I'm going to spin it. We'll take turns. You get a team. You have to pick a player from that team right now.
Okay. Let's do it.
Real simple. It's pure luck. Mo, you happen to have the first pick in a draft that the first pick doesn't really matter. But here we
Listen, the win is a win. I'll take it regardless.
are. Yeah, see if you get some good juju up first. So first spin to see who Mo is taking. Where's my mouse? Can't see. Oh, there it is. First team up. Who do you got?
Damn it. Okay. The Arizona Cardinals.
Now, who do you want on your team for the Cardinals this year?
Now, listen, man. Give me Trey McBride. That's how I can go. That's the only viable option right now.
Yeah, that's really not too bad of an outcome. Getting Trey McBride. You really could have did worse. But
Best player right now on the roster.
They happen to have the best tight end you could get.
Exactly.
Okay. There we go. Donovan, your turn. Going over. What team are you hoping for?
I'm going for. Listen, I need an eagle.
An Eagle. You want
Actually, nah.
Jalen Hurts?
Hell yeah.
Ew.
Okay. Spinning up. Y'all going to say team that logs.
Nah.
I can't read the little text.
Nah, I want a lion.
Oh, congratulations. You got a Cardinal, buddy.
Back-to-back Cardinals. Where do you want to go with your Cardinal?
I'll take Michael Wilson, wide receiver 2.
Okay. That's good. That's good.
That's pretty goddamn trash to start your team with. That's highly unfortunate.
That's terrible.
Do worse. Terrible.
I'm not going to lie. You can only do slightly worse. Shout out Michael Wilson. Great year.
Yeah.
Is your wide receiver 1?
No. I already penciled him in as my wide receiver 2.
Fair enough. Okay. You'll probably get a better one. You'll probably get something
Okay.
more optimal than that.
Yeah, drop him down.
Okay. Now, over to me. I kind of hope I get 3 straight Cardinals. I kind of hope it just happens again.
That should be hilarious.
I hope we just pick the whole entire team.
Oh my God.
Who do we get? Tell me who I got.
Oh
I
my
can't see it.
God. You got the New Orleans Saints.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Give me Chris Olave. Yeah, I'm happy with
Okay.
that. All pro. I'm
Okay.
happy with that.
Okay.
All right.
You could,
Okay.
yeah, you could do worse, but it's not bad.
I was very surprised to see him on All Pro, but
Yeah.
shout out Chris Olave.
Yeah.
I'm happy to see good things happen to Chris Olave after he got killed so many times by Derek Carr. Very happy to see things go well.
How old is he again?
Being set up to die.
It's like 25 or
Bro,
26.
he
or
looks
something.
like 32, man.
Because he's had like
Literally.
8 concussions in his
Yeah.
career.
Damn, man.
Yeah, he's quite weathered.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, next team.
Who is next?
Why am I messing it up?
Oh no, you double up, right?
Oh, I do double up. Yeah.
Yeah, you double up. Okay,
Ooh.
cool.
Man, I can't fucking see anything with glasses on.
Enough with the fucking vid.
He's folding,
I know. I can't see it all.
just like Herbert.
Okay, there we go.
Oh my god.
You got it.
There we go. Okay.
Right now, do you still trust Herbert?
Get out of my face.
Me?
Yeah, you still trust him?
Fuck off. Next spin. The second team.
Carolina. Wait, no, the Los Angeles Rams. Okay.
Let's go. Give me Puka
Ooh.
Nakua.
Ooh,
My wide receiver
man.
room is fucking filthy.
I trust him.
Damn.
You trust Puka Nakua?
Mhm.
Okay.
Damn.
But not,
okay.
not Justin Herbert?
Yeah.
You just want to throw that out there?
Yeah.
You're hoping you get a better.
I just want to let that be known.
I mean, you could have took Matthew Stafford. You're hoping you get a better QB than him.
Hell yeah, I'm hoping to get better keeping him. When Puka Nakua is on the board, give me the best receiver I can get.
Olave
Okay.
and Puka is disgusting.
That's it's insane. Okay, so here we're at now.
I need you to
Olave-
land on like the Jets or something.
Olave, Puka, Wilson, Trey. No quarterbacks taken yet. Mo, Donovan, you're up next.
Yep. Donovan.
So me,
Here we
Who
are.
you
Here's
gonna
your spin.
select next?
please.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, he got the Chargers.
Who you want?
Go ahead.
Who you want?
Pick him. Do you trust him?
Who you want?
I mean, I
you
don't
want year
trust
2
him.
Lavin Conkey?
I don't
Less
trust
targets than
him.
Keenan Allen? You want rookie Omari in Hampton?
You.
Didn't do shit?
Aronde
Listen, if I'm trying to lose a playoff game, give me Justin Herbert right now.
So what? So are you saying you're the worst team?
Probably. I'll probably just sold my team right now.
I'm crying.
You know what? No, it's funny.
What?
Michael Wilson would change his fucking life. Having Michael Wilson there would be great. That would change his life for sure. Have him on the outside.
All right, let's run up a muck now.
All
I'm
right,
ready.
Mo.
Wow, he gets a double up.
Mo gets a
Mhm.
double up. Where are we going?
For my next pick, my team is the okay. I got the Colts. Give me Jonathan Taylor.
Damn, Jonathan Taylor and Trey McBride is a crazy combination.
Yeah, okay.
All right,
I
doubling
love,
up.
I love where this is going. Doubling up, and then this wheel lands.
I don't
with
like
the,
how this is playing out.
Oh my god, I got the Patriots.
Damn it.
Give me Drake May.
Oh my God.
Drake May. This is amazing. Whew, I arguably got the best player at each position so far.
This
That's
is ridiculous.
crazy.
This is ridiculous. I demand a respin.
I got a top 3 player at every position. Wow, bro.
I demand a respin. This is outrageous.
Damn.
May JT Trey. I don't like this game anymore. I think I'm gonna
Jeez,
edit
man.
this out of the video. No one's gonna see
We're
this.
finally up, man.
I think I'm
the
take-
football gods love me.
I'm gonna take some editor privileges and make sure this video is never fucking seen by the internet.
The editors are fucking fired if that's the case.
Donovan, your next spin.
Please.
And
Tell
we're
me
on.
who. No.
Oh,
He got the Jets. Go ahead, pick 300-yard man. Garrett Wilson. I dare you. Brees Hall,
Herbert
welcome
plus
to your
Wilson,
team.
if man team all the way. You're the best theoretical team.
You know what? Let's build that. Yeah, I'll take Garrett Wilson.
Oh, man.
No, I got 2 spins. Who am I getting?
This is not kind.
I got, what is that?
Oh, you got the
Cardinals.
Cardinals. Congrats.
One off from the Bills.
3 Cardinals? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my God, I have my 2 receivers taken.
You
took
were
Trey
so
McBride.
close to getting Buffalo Bills, man. So
Yo,
close.
can I take injured players?
Mm-mm.
Injured?
Why not?
Sure, yeah. They're not playing.
They're on the roster.
They're not playing. It doesn't matter. You can do them.
I don't want fucking Kyler. That's how I automatically lose.
Take him.
I guess give me James Conner. I hope he's back I hope he's good when he's back. Damn. Oh, who am I spinning this? Who am I going
Get the
next
Cardinals.
with?
Get the Cardinals.
That'd be so funny.
Ooh, you got the Rams.
Give me Matthew Stafford. Thank God I didn't pick Kyler. Thank God. I get Stafford and Puka. All is well.
Okay.
I'm chilling.
Okay.
Nothing else matters.
This is so whack.
Oh,
So
shit,
I
man.
got Stafford. Let me write all this in. I got Stafford and I got James Conner.
Go to hell.
Oh, man. Listen, man, he had some years.
He did have some years.
He had some years. I don't know if those years are ahead of him, but years were had.
All right.
And then who'd you pick?
I had Herbert, and then now I have double Wilson.
Oh, double Wilson. That is a crazy combination. Herbert and double Wilson.
That's hilarious.
Here's what we're looking at right now. Herbert and Wilson squared. Stafford,
Okay.
Connor, Olave, Puka. May, JT, Trey.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. Donovan, time for some redemption.
Please.
Let's see where this brings you now.
Somebody, please give me the Lions. I want to take
I pray
Jahmyr
the
Gibbs.
football god strike you down.
Lions or Falcons?
Oh, you want Gibbs?
I want Gibbs or Bijan.
Okay.
And guess what, buddy? You got the.
What does it say? Your choice. Yeah.
Oh, what?
I could take
What?
anybody that I would like.
Man, that's some bullshit.
I didn't even know that was on there.
What? I was like, your choice. What do you mean, my choice?
That's actually crazy.
we get political? Yeah.
So who
like,
do you-
what do you mean?
All right, I guess. So who do you want? Mr. Privilege?
Give me this year. See, Jahmyr Gibbs is my Shayla, but I think Bijan is good. I'll take Bijan Robinson as my running back.
Damn.
Fuck, man. That's crazy.
Damn.
That's crazy, man.
I
Your
demand a
choice is
respin.
nuts.
You're lucky I didn't see that was on there. I would have deleted that before we started.
Your choice is
You're
crazy.
lucky I missed that. All right, Mo. 2 last spins to finalize your team.
Okay, who's gonna be my wide receiver 1? Ooh, your choice again?
What the fuck? 2 your choices? Everybody gets your choice but me?
Oh, okay, I guess so. Your choice. Go ahead. Give me the one, the only, the king.
Xavier Leggett.
Kadoosh. No. Fuck that. Just
That
give me
mixtape ain't gonna
Justin
get you
Jefferson.
1,000 yards.
Give me Justin Jefferson, man.
Okay. And what's your last position?
Last position wide receiver again.
Oh,
so
you didn't have either one.
I need another wide
Your
receiver.
choice.
Should have picked Jason.
Bruh.
Oh, who's this?
He almost got another your choice.
So close, but it's okay. Okay, it's Chicago Bears.
Which one you want?
It's not bad. I could take Luther Burden. He's honestly my favorite out of the group. I could
Burden's
take
so tough.
Rome.
Rome? You want Rome?
He's so tough.
DJ Moore?
You know, fuck that. Give me Luther Burden. I'm investing into a stock early.
Okay. Just taking the war points.
Yeah.
You should have picked JSN, not gonna lie.
That's what I thought.
For this year, you should
Jet is in May. I like that combo.
That is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
All right, me and Donovan both have tight ends left. That is it before we close this out.
Please.
Who are you hoping for?
Anybody. I mean, we could take injured people, then I'll take Kittle.
You'll take who?
I'll take Kittle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can definitely take injured people.
All
First
right.
up, Donovan's last spin.
Stop this. Stop this.
Oh, he was almost triple fucking Cardinals, but you got the Cleveland Browns. Okay.
Clutched.
So you want?
I'll take Harold Fanning.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Great pick.
No
Great
blocking,
pick.
but you got a good receiver.
Bears.
My tight end.
Yes! You got the Carolina Panthers. Thielens on your team. Congratulations.
Tommy Tremble, welcome to the squad.
You're nasty.
Yeah.
I mean,
Go hoop. Go do your thing.
Is he even starting for them? I don't even remember who ended up starting at tight end because Sanders got hurt at some point, didn't he?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, so you got Fannin. I got Tommy Tremble.
This is my sport. All signs point towards it. The football gods love
This
me,
is such
man.
a disgusting lineup.
Go ahead and read the teams out for me, Donovan.
I have Justin Herbert at quarterback, Bijan at running back, Harold Fannin at tight end, and then Garrett Wilson and Michael Wilson as my receivers.
I got Drake May as my QB. Running back. Jonathan Taylor, Trey McBride, and my tight end. And then my wide receiver 1 and 2 is Justin Jefferson and Luther Burden III.
I have Matthew Stafford, James Conner, Tommy Tremble, Chris Olave, and Puka Nacua.
You have everything you need.
I'm not gonna lie. Stafford and Puka is like the ultimate floor raiser. So the
Yeah.
other guys need to be guys. Olave is good. Tremble can block. I'm gonna get some help for James Conner.
It really does suck that I have the worst quarterback here. And like, this is awful. This sucks. Because I don't have the best receivers. I have the worst quarterback. This is not great.
Yeah, your team is all around just mid overall. Just mid. Outside of Bijan.
Because this is like the range, but like right now. Let's do it. Right now. Like, who's better than Herbert?
Oh my god.
Who's better?
what are you trying to do, man? You trying to do like how many players can you name better than Justin Herbert?
How many players right
Better?
now would you trade? Yeah, how many players right now would you take over Justin Herbert?
Take or like trust? Like how are you angling this? Like who's more talented?
Let's say
Who's more-
trust.
Yeah, we'll say trust. How
many
more
players-
quarterbacks? Yeah, how many? Yeah,
How many players would I trust more than Justin Herbert? I'm gonna say
minimum
7.
six.
I
go.
can name 7.
I'll probably go 9.
I think
I trust zero quarterbacks more than Justin Herbert.
Yeah, he's dead. I could do 12.
You can-
12?
what the fuck?
Potentially 12, yeah.
Go ahead right now.
All right, let's do it.
12 quarterbacks you trust more than Herbert? I'm gonna smite you.
Yeah, so man who walked him down recently, Drake May. After that, did you see Bryce Young in the playoffs? Got more playoff wins than Justin Herbert.
Bryce Young?
Bryce Young.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't have more playoff wins than Justin Herbert. That's a lie. But how he performed, way more inspiring.
Get
True.
the fuck out of my face. Bryce Young.
Yep.
That's where you're
Okay.
starting.
Bryce Young does have more good playoff games than Justin Herbert does. So we
I
can
did not
say
lie.
that. Okay.
I did not lie. Okay, obviously, let's get the bigger ones out the way. Matthew Stafford, rather have him. Okay, let's get this out the way too.
Justin, when we get you a Puka Nacua, it's over.
Keep going. Keep going.
When we get you a Sean McVay, it's over.
Give me Dak Prescott.
Oh, hell no. You
We're
picked
going
the other
there.
one?
Yeah, we're going there.
Listen, Dak's won a playoff game.
Okay, you
Yeah.
picked Southern Justin Herbert. All right.
Yeah, exactly. That's fair. And then after that,
Big 3.
Jalen, I said Jalen, what the fuck? Josh Allen, of course. Do I want to go ahead and say, does Patrick Mahomes count right now, even though he's hurt?
He counts.
That counts. That counts, obviously. Okay, cool. After that, that's 6 right now, right?
Yes.
Who else can I feel like very confidently say? Who are like the easier ones? Lamar Jackson, of course. Yes, I'm taking
Vaunted
him.
playoff performer as well.
I'm going to trust him more. You guys, him and Justin Herbert share the same Achilles heel. Last name Roman. So that's fair. Okay.
You take Jaden Daniels. He's hurt, but would you trust him?
Yeah, sure. I trust him. Why not?
Fourth quarter man, Caleb Williams.
Fairs. Caleb got to be a part of my roster.
The only one I want to argue with.
That's 8. That's 8.
The only one I won't have any exceptions with.
That's it.
No.
Kobe himself.
Kobe.
Mr. Fadeaway, Jordan Love.
Oh yeah, Jordan Love. How did I forget? Also,
All
too.
right.
He's gone.
No, that's fair.
Listen, he's gone on the road in the playoffs, gotten it done.
Jordan Love, if we gave you Greg Roman and Quentin Johnston, you would end it all.
I don't know why it took me so long, but Burrow, of course, too. That's what 10.
Okay, 10.
Yeah, and then
I'm having a poor time right now. I don't know if y'all are aware of this.
I'm sorry to say this, but Bobert Nix.
Normally I would say I'm gonna hit you with a hammer. I think I'm gonna find the closest chainsaw and make sure you're not remembered.
I'm sorry to say, Bobert Nix. You are welcome to the squad. You are more trusted.
Mm-hmm.
Finishes this off with Jared Goff, more trustable. Bears.
That's 12.
Now, if it's in cold weather, different. But
Okay, now swap. In the playoffs, do you trust Baker Mayfield more?
yes, 100%. I can keep on going.
That's 13 right there.
If you step foot in Los Angeles, you will be a folktale.
That's 13.
Yeah.
That's 13 players.
I could have mentioned.
If you step foot in SoFi Arena, you will be dismembered.
I could have mentioned Sam Darnold.
By
Don't
who?
get me started.
It's not by Herbert. It's not by the Chargers. They're not touching anybody. Swing and a miss.
You will be turned to an urban legend.
They will praise you. They said you beat them down so badly. Nobody's ever given a beat down like that. Good job. You are now the heavyweight champion of the world if you walk into SoFi.
That's funny as hell.
You can tell Mo thinks he matters. I love those videos.
They're crazy. I just discovered them like actually a couple of days ago, and then you told me about it. I was actually scared when we were live streaming. Someone was just saying that shit. Turn me into graffiti. What?
Graffiti? I never saw that.
I'm like,
If you step foot in Hershey, Pennsylvania, I'll turn you into graffiti.
I was like, yo.
Turn you into graffiti is hilarious.
Yeah, I was scared, man. I was scared.
Okay, next thing we are going to do. You mentioned Caleb Williams in that. Let's talk about Caleb Williams some more. I'm going to name a series of NFL players. You tell me who you trust more with the game on the line in the fourth quarter. Who you have more faith in the fourth quarter, them or Caleb Williams.
All right.
Level 1, playoff Jalen Hurts or Caleb Williams?
Caleb Williams, easy. What are we talking about?
Start with an obvious one.
Yeah, it's obvious. Come on.
Atomic Bombers, Coffin Baby.
You guys are getting your licks off. It's hilarious. Just two homeless men calling each other bro. This is crazy, man.
It's not a different meme, but I'll show you after. Level 2, untucked jersey 2016 Kyrie Irving.
Wow.
Who you trust more in this moment, 2026?
Oh, man. Considering, I will say this is probably not fair, but give me Caleb Williams. If Caleb Williams had LeBron by his side, of course, like
Throwing fade balls to LeBron.
Exactly. Yeah, but he doesn't have LeBron.
All right.
Give me Caleb Williams.
I will stand by that logic. We'll go Caleb Williams
Yeah.
right now.
Level 3, Optimus Prime.
Oh, listen, I'm sorry. This is where it stops.
What?
This is where the madness stops.
What?
Optimus Prime is the most trustworthy being in the universe.
In the universe.
In the universe across galaxies.
He doesn't have a nickname as cool as Iceman, though, so...
His literal name is Optimus.
I've never seen him grate cheese a single time. He has no touchdowns on his resume. He's soft as fuck. We're going with Caleb Williams.
Tell Megatron that. Tell Sentinel Prime that. He's going back, defeating hundreds of years of primes. He knows. Only a prime can beat a prime. You have to step to me, and I promise you, you have nothing for me.
Nah, man.
He will
crazy.
sacrifice himself for everybody. Even when he knows that the humans aren't worth it, he still gives them grace. He's trustworthy on every front. He has better post-game locker room speeches than Ben Johnson. I'm taking Optimus Prime.
That must be your big homie, man. That's crazy. You
Stop.
going to bat for Optimus. Okay.
He is lit.
Level 4, Adonis Creed in a boxing match where he's the underdog, or Caleb Williams.
See, this is flip.
Ooh.
We're going with Caleb.
What?
Ooh.
Adonis was the underdog in the first fight against Drago. Got smoked out. Almost died in the ring. It was crazy. Just like his daddy. Almost died. I would go Caleb Williams.
Okay, we go Caleb. That's funny.
Now, Drago was fighting dirty, but that's neither here nor
Combo
there.
for another day.
Yeah.
Level 5, Drake May.
Honestly, in the fourth quarter,
Give me Drake May.
I'll
Nah,
take,
so I'm sorry.
I'll take Caleb
I'm lying.
Williams.
Give me Caleb. I'm sorry. I'm lying, man. Give me Caleb for sure.
let me see Drake May with a negative game script. Being down 21-3.
Let me see you in a hole of your own creation.
Yeah.
Let me see you down bad by your own accord when it's your fault.
I've never seen you fix your own mistakes. And I'm going to hold that against you. We're going with Caleb Williams.
How will you heal a wound from you shooting yourself in the foot? Let me know that. Will you get back every time?
No better than Plaxico Burress.
Okay. Next thing we're going to do. Let's talk about some NFL coaches. You know, a lot of coaching carousel going on. A lot of guys getting fired. A lot of guys interviewing for jobs. let's talk about some of the coaches that have not been fired right now, that still have jobs around the league, and we're going to put them into a tier list. So our tiers for today: GOAT, schematic mastermind, just a mind, leader of men, I don't know what you do, and ejecto-cedo cuz. So there's some coaches on here that have been fired. Most of them still have a job. Let's start with Ben Johnson. Where do you want to put the latest Chicago legend?
We're in Chicago. We got to say he's a GOAT.
1 year ago.
We got 1 year. We got one playoff win. Let's
for
just put him in
Chicago
schematic
standards.
mastermind.
Yeah, he's honestly the definition of a schematic mastermind. The things he brings as an offensive mind, next level.
Yeah, let's put him there.
Okay.
We got to get to a Super Bowl before we start saying go.
Go.
Caleb Williams has to throw for 4K before we start saying go.
Caleb Williams aside, if you ask people around Chicago, he's changed their fucking lives. He's the GOAT to them.
Sean Payton, Super Bowl champion, veteran in the game.
If they go to another Super Bowl with Bo Nix, yeah, he's a GOAT.
He'd be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. But that's
I
not
mean,
yet.
Sean Payton's already a Hall of Famer. Obviously, are we going schematic mastermind or?
I think
Just
at this
a mind.
point, mastermind. I think maybe 15 years ago he was a mastermind.
Yeah.
You think he's just a mind? He's solid.
Is he just a mind? Is he? He seems like a leader of men.
I don't think Sean Payton's best quality is leadership. He's kind of a dickhead, but he draws up really good offensive plays.
So you think just a mind?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just a mind because he's an offensive guy. They have a cool, good offense to take advantage of Bo Nix's skills. Vance Joseph over there on the other side and the GM dropping all those stars defensively. Those are the masterminds.
He doesn't really strike me as a leader of men, also, too.
No, he's kind of a dickhead. I don't think he's a leader of men at all. I think just a mind is perfect for Sean Payton.
All right.
At one point, he was ahead of the curve, aggressive, took more chances than most coaches 15 years ago. Now he's a little old, passing by a little bit.
Surprise onside kick.
Different back then. 15 years ago, you were a crazy person. D'Amico Ryans. Where you going to go with him?
Leader of men.
That is a leader of men.
Yeah. That defense is so fucking ferocious, man.
He was talking on the pregame show with ESPN yesterday, and they were just asking him about the mentality. Heard that man talk for 20 seconds. Started doing push-ups in the house. I was ready to go. I was ready to put pads on and play. D'Amico Ryans can fire anybody up. Let's go, leader of men.
Okay. Yeah, he's not the play caller there. I feel like a lot of people think he's their DC, but he's not. He's like their CEO, head coach. Runs a nice ship. Everything goes well. Not overachieve. I guess overachieve in the beginning. Just achieve every year. They're always winning playoff games. Leader of men. Pete Carroll.
Ejecto-cedo, cuz. They already did that.
Yeah, he might be ejected from the league. I don't think he's getting another job, is he?
No, but it's time to just listen. You've made a lot of money. Go enjoy that.
You have.
Exactly.
It's crazy he came back for this year at that oldest coach in the league ever. Enjoy your days.
If somebody say, "Hey, here's a couple mil. You want to hang out for about 8 months?" I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm down."
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
I don't even plan to get a second year. I'll take this extended vacation.
How long was his original deal? Do you remember?
At this time too, I don't
Yeah.
know, probably 4 years, probably some standard
Jesus
like that.
Christ, man.
Yeah.
And now he gets it on the back end.
Oh my gosh.
Guaranteed money. He's a genius.
Oh my gosh, man.
Go
He's
buy
a
yourself
genius.
a boat, Pete Carroll.
Facts.
Go fishing.
Zach Taylor.
I don't know what you do.
Yes.
Legitimately, the definition, and I'm so fired up about this. I don't know what Zach Taylor does. It's been half a decade. We have no idea, no answers. Ask the same question every year. What do you do? I don't know.
I honestly don't have an answer for you. I have no idea what his strengths are. I'm sure there are some. Like,
But we don't know that.
I don't know.
That has to be an internal conversation.
Does he know what he does? I don't know.
If I ask Zach Taylor to give me an elevator pitch right now, do you think he has one?
No.
Could he tell me in 30 seconds what he does for this org?
Collects checks.
Mike Vrabel,
Oh, he's a leader of men too, for sure.
ultimate leader of men. This
Yeah.
is white D'Amico Ryans. They're the same coin.
Yeah.
They're both.
He be-
I will kill people for you.
He be headbutting his players with their fucking helmets on, bro. He's ridiculous.
Mike tells me he has enemies. I tell him to point me in the right direction. They're gone.
Yeah. He puts on the pads when evaluating players
Exactly.
and like does drills with them.
Mhm.
Yeah,
He test drives his linemen.
that's a leader of men.
That's crazy. Takes him for a spin. All right, next up on the list, Sean McVay.
That is a schematic mastermind.
Mhm.
Loki. It's kind of goated.
Kind of goes.
He's kind of is he GOAT tier? He's kind of one of the best offensive minds of all time. Has a Super Bowl too, so he has the accolade with it. Kind of think this is the best coach in modern NFL history. Post Belichick era, this is probably the GOAT. It's him or Andy Reid.
We've seen a Super Bowl run with Jared Goff. We've seen a Super Bowl win with Matt Stafford.
Several reinventions, many coaching hires because they constantly take his assistants. This is a modern GOAT.
Put him in GOAT.
Like, this is a top 5 to 10 coach of all time.
Well,
I mean, GOAT isn't literally the GOAT. I mean, I'm not going to Bill Belichick up here.
Yeah. Let me see what you can do without Aaron Donald. We're seeing it right now, but
Yeah, what the fuck you mean? They're incredible.
let's finish.
Yeah.
Let's finish the job.
Mike McDaniel. See, at one point, schematic mastermind.
Yeah.
He's
Has he
kind of
been
in the
demoted?
middle.
Is he just a mind now?
Maybe, but
Feels
like
fair.
if he had a GM that could actually get him players
Facts.
Yeah.
that could and just have people who can block. Now we can actually execute my scheme. It would probably look a lot better.
He probably still is a schematic mastermind, but he's been temporarily demoted because he's been done dirty by everything around him. That he can be just a mind.
Okay.
Okay.
He's certainly not a leader of men. That's the downside, but just a mind is solid for now. Kyle Shanahan.
That's good.
Schematic mastermind.
I no.
Could be
I
goated
think
too.
I think Kyle Shanahan. I understand. Listen, he do be falling apart
Yeah.
in Super Bowls. However, he gets there. He could take us 3 and make us a competent offense/defense.
Yeah.
I think that Shanahan is legitimately the
You don't
best.
think you have to win to like be a GOAT though?
Yeah, is that the difference? Is it, are schematic, the only difference between a schematic mastermind and GOAT is that they get it done?
Yeah. I think
I-
there's a breaker.
I understand that.
Is he the greatest loser of all time?
Yes.
The greatest non-winner of all
Hands
time?
down.
Okay.
Hands down.
He might be the best coach to never win a Super Bowl.
Okay.
Let's make an exception. You could be in GOAT tier. Why not, Shanahan? At this point, you just beat the Eagles. He has to overcompensate and respect you too much.
Yeah.
We'll allow it.
I need a versus with Shanahan and McVay.
I'm not going to lie. Maybe I might mop him up a little bit.
No. Not a fight. 2 whiteboards. Just go back and forth, drawing your best plays. Let's see who wins.
Mike Tomlin.
Leader of men, right?
Probably the ultimate leader of men.
Yeah. That was tough. That was tough. He's a leader, man. That got me fired up.
Listen, man. There might be some people that want to throw him into what do you do? It is kind of remarkable the fact he's in the playoffs every year with no good quarterbacks. If he had good quarterbacks and was still first round exit man, then I'd be with you. The fact that he's driving lifeless corpses to the playoffs, I'll give him leader of men.
Brother, they made it to the playoffs with Kenny Pickett. They made it to the playoffs with 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers. Mason Rudolph started a playoff game for them. They haven't had a legitimate quarterback in 10 years.
He has nothing to hang on to outside of pre and post game speeches. Leader of men, man.
Matt LaFleur.
Just a mind.
Right? Yeah, right now.
To some
Yeah.
people, you don't know what he does.
He's a fantastic wonderkind coordinator. One of these guys that got their jobs and have earned it. They're always a great offense. There's like 5 or 6 of these type of guys better than them though.
Yeah. So just a mind.
When you're the 5th best wonderkind, not really a mastermind,
You said earlier that he's the worst coach in his division.
which is crazy because the division is so stacked.
Exactly. So we will go just a mind.
I think he's a 10th best coach in the league potentially. Still being the worst in your division is crazy. That's outlandish. I didn't put Kevin O'Connell on here. I should have. John Harbaugh.
I don't know what you do.
I don't know what he does either.
But he
CO
could be a leader of men too.
Yeah, well,
See,
Lamar Jackson's not being led quite well enough.
Yeah, there's some things that suggest that you are a leader of men, but there's also other points where it's like, I don't know what you do.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like you were leading that locker room too well. Lamar Jackson doesn't believe in you. Everybody's kind of losing faith. You make bad in-game decisions. It's kind of your main job as a CEO. You're not the coordinator. I really don't know what he brings anymore. And it's crazy seeing all these teams twerk for him and want to make him the top priority just because of his name.
I still there's a couple teams where it does make sense.
They're just trying to establish like a baseline level, which makes sense. Yeah.
Sure.
Like the Falcons 100% should hire him.
Yeah.
I guess. I think we say that because we also are no better than the name. But if we feel like the Ravens, he brought no value, it's kind of a tough sell.
Sometimes you just need a new spot.
Sure. That's how you get a Pete Carroll hire.
That's also how you get an Andy Reid hire. Like
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
stuff happens.
Maybe he's going to. Well, Andy Reid's also a schematic mastermind, but it's a little different.
I mean, Harbaugh wasn't also Pete Carroll was out the league for several years
Yeah.
and then try to come back.
It's a little different. Andy Reid's a coordinator, one of the best play draws of all time. John Harbaugh's a special teams coach. It's not exactly the same.
Sometimes it's okay.
Jim Harbaugh. Where are we going, bro?
Leader of men.
Oh, 100%.
What separates the two?
I mean, one is actually fired,
One's a boy.
and the other one that's the one thing that I know that you do.
He breathes
is
life
lead man.
into his locker room. Yeah.
I've seen him
That's it.
shake up Justin Herbert's shoulder. Justin Herbert stands there real overstimulated. He's leading them though.
Mm-hmm.
He's leading them all right. Dan Campbell.
Somewhere between. So I think
100%
people
leader of men.
some people might put him in leader of men,
Mhm.
but like he has a mind.
Yeah.
He's not just like a big rah-rah speech guy and that's it.
Mhm.
He do
Yeah.
be thinking.
He do be thinking.
So
Is it much?
I kind of want to put him in just a mind.
Don't make him his own tier. What are you trying to describe?
A man with a mind, like
Man with a mind. We're getting real simple.
it's somewhere in the middle.
Mm. Maybe he's just like the best of leader of men then. Maybe he just personified. Being a leader of men doesn't mean you're stupid. Like D'Amico Ryans also has a mind. He's also a part of that. Mike Vrabel also has a mind. Maybe he's just the ultimate leader of men.
So I want to put him at the top of that tier?
Do you think his aggressiveness makes him the best leader of men?
Would you rather have him than D'Amico Ryans?
Probably not.
I don't know.
And nope, he's just a leader
Yeah.
of men. He's pretty perfectly fits in here. Just ahead of these two old farts in the back. Andy Reid.
Listen,
He's a GOAT.
he should be a GOAT.
He's
We're
a
having
GOAT.
a lot of conversations right now about him dropping down into just a mind.
2026, he's just a mind. But overall, he has the rings. He has the accolades. He's done this for so long. We probably put him in GOAT just to pay respects. But no, 2026 version is not on the same level.
All right, put him in GOAT.
Yeah.
Legacy placement.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, who did I just put?
I think you have two pictures of Dan.
I
Campbell.
moved Mike McDonald by accident. So Dan Campbell.
Oh, okay.
Mike McDonald.
That's funny as hell.
Oh, that is a schematic mastermind.
Yeah.
Yep, that is a defensive schematic mastermind. Man, I feel so bad for Ravens fans that they lost John Harbaugh. I mean, they lost him for John Harbaugh. And I look in the mirror, and I know I'm next. I know I'm gonna feel the same way with my Harbaugh when Jesse Minter leaves. I've already seen my destiny, and it's not great.
You just see your identity just walk out the door and just go help somebody else.
I see another man living my truth, and his life is terrible.
Mm.
And here I am.
And you know that that's next.
I know that's next.
You
Nick
know that-
Sirianni, last name on here.
Oh, ejectocito, cuz. Bye. I appreciate you though. You did what you did when you could. But when you couldn't do that, you gotta go.
He checked those I forgot to put his picture on there, but just know Nick Sirianni's down there with Pete Carroll.
That's
So, but Ejectocito cuz is like at the league. So you think nobody should hire Nick Sirianni?
I don't
Nah,
think,
someone should hire him.
For
Who?
what? For what?
Who would hire him right now?
The Titans.
No, they wouldn't.
Why not?
What do they have to gain by hiring Nick Sirianni?
The Titans specifically has nothing to lose too.
No, they have a lot to lose. This is
Competency.
their chance to find the next guy.
Competency.
There's
Baseline
a lot
level.
of competent guys out there in the market.
I don't think anybody will hire Nick Sirianni right now to be a head coach for their team. I think he'd make his way probably back into a team and he'd have a role, obviously. But I don't think he's going from head coach to head coaching position.
Okay.
He has to rebuild that.
Okay.
Damn.
Next thing we're going to do, let's stick on the topic of the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's
Okay.
do another Eagles-related TikTok.
Bro, stop. I'm tired, man. I just want to rest.
You'll like this one, though. Donovan, I want you to rank the 5 people most responsible for the Eagles' downfall.
I'm tired.
Who do you most blame for the Eagles' failed season to go back-to-back?
All right. Number 1, I have Nick Sirianni.
Okay.
Number 2,
So he should be fired
Yes,
unequivocally.
yes, he
If they
should be
don't
fired.
fire him, will you be in uproar?
uproar for a second. Yes. Then I will get over it and I will sell myself on an off-season therapy retreat. And I'll say, yeah, he's going to be better.
So when they keep him, trade AJ Brown, you're just going to sell yourself a real fix?
We honestly, at this point, should just keep AJ too.
Hell no.
I-
You want to talk about Kadoosh? He's the definition of that, man. He should go. He needs to go.
He did.
Yes.
He did have
Last game, absolutely.
he did have a very Kadoosh season.
Kadoosh.
It was
Kadoosh.
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 That was-
Kadoosh is so funny.
What is he doing?
Is AJ Brown on this list?
He should be on this list.
No, not yet.
Is Jalen Hurts on this list?
Not yet.
He's a liar.
You are a liar.
Oh,
Not
yeah,
yet.
so who's 2 through 5?
Holy
then?
One
people
in-
accountable.
1 and 2. Sirianni, Patullo.
Okay.
They're 1-2.
Yes.
Number 3 is Jalen.
Okay.
It's Jalen. You cannot be the quarterback of an offense. You gotta stop doing that, man. you can't be the quarterback of an offense with these pass catchers and the offense not be functional for multiple halves at a time. I will put that on the quarterback. That cannot happen. We've seen you overcome bad coaching before. This season is no different. You do have to be better. Can I get 50 yards in the second half? Can I get 75 yards in the second half? No. Okay, we have to have conversations. I believe that you will bounce back, but right now it's not looking good.
I'm glad somebody believes it. I do not believe you'll bounce back.
Jalen Hurts, number 3.
Can we get the greatest rushing attack of all time back in the door to let him bounce back? I don't know.
Number 4, the interior offensive line.
Put some names to it.
I really, really like one of them, and I know that he tried very, very hard, so I'm not going to name him. Specifically, Cam Jurgens, man. One of the most fugazi Pro Bowl acknowledgments I've ever seen. Every single week, there is a clip of Cam Jurgens getting whooped off the line. He was hurt last year in the Super Bowl run. He got offseason surgery. It looked like he never fully recovered. We'll see if they can recover this year. Same thing for Landon Dickerson. He got hurt.
He wasn't trying to say your name at first. Landon Dickerson, we know you're also a problem this
Relax.
year.
Listen, he got hurt.
He did.
He was hurt last year in the playoffs and also had procedures, then got hurt again in training camp. We'll see if this offseason everybody can get right. But y'all two, for real, let's tighten up.
Tyler Steen, you just exist.
Let's lock in.
You're just the guy.
Let's lock in. And then number 5, he got better, but I'm sorry. It's Kadoosh. It's Kadoosh. And not for the quote unquote outburst, because everything that he was saying, we were all saying. He was saying the offense can't be this bad and we expect to win and expect the defense to bail us out. He was correct. However, whenever you are that vocal, you have to make the plays. And there were several times this year where Mr. Brown had an opportunity to make the play and he did not make the play, and he was looking like CeeDee Lamb with brick hands, and that was very, very tough.
He had to sneak in a Cowboys disc for CeeDee Lamb to do shit to nobody.
And that was very, 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 very tough to see.
Honestly, I for me personally, at number 5, I would have put you. You for sending up these wild expectations. You for saying that AJ Brown was like a top 3 receiver in the league.
I would have went Eagles fans 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
See, and this is the problem, right? Especially with y'all two. Y'all don't understand where I'm coming from. You've never won anything, right? You don't understand how it is when you are operating from the top and when you have expectations of doing something actually good with your life and with your franchise.
That is
what
it's always nice when
talking
we got to
about.
focus on old days.
It
makes the pain hurt less, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
I'm sure it
Real
dulls the
question.
pain.
Real question.
It dulls the pain.
Real question.
You got to deflect.
Real question.
But I was good at one point. I promise it was fun.
Real question. How soon is old days? Because when we were having these conversations, we were 4 months removed from all of this. How far is it?
I don't know, like 4 days.
Right.
It's old, bro.
You're talking about then. I'm on now.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. Next thing we're talking about. Let's talk about how to fix every single wild card weekend loser. Every team that lost this week, what do you think they need to fix going into this offseason to come back and actually win a playoff game next year?
True.
Start off with the Eagles. Let's keep going with this conversation.
Offense, that's it.
All of it.
Offense.
Everything.
All of it.
Damn.
Fix the offense.
Obviously, fire Patullo. The Sirianni thing, probably you might as well fire him. You might as well clean house. So clean the coaching staff out. How many new offensive linemen you need? 2? 1?
1.
Just replace the center?
And I don't know. He just needs to get healthy. We'll see.
Okay.
Like if he's healthy and is still that bad, then we have a real problem. But like I'll give him another offseason to get fully healthy instead of coming off of back surgery.
So it's really just the coaching staff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Offense though.
And then do we get do you think Jalen Hurts needs LASIK? Do you think that would be obviously we're not going to he's not going to grow a couple inches. He's not going to get better poise under pressure. Do you think we can improve the middle of the field vision with eye surgery?
Do you think that Justin Herbert needs a sports psychologist so that he doesn't melt down in playoffs?
LASIK, or do we go for contacts?
Yo, Y'all are disgusting. This is exactly why I brought this mask, bro.
Does Harbaugh need to slap his pads every quarter before every drive to hype him up?
This is what I have to deal with today, bro. I knew this nastiness was going on. Y'all are trying to tarnish my fucking spirit. Ew, bro.
Well, obviously, it is completely
Smell like
reinventing
some
the
shit.
offense. The defense is still fine for the Eagles. Honestly, don't change a damn thing defensively. Bring your guys back, but offense.
Would you want to bring back AJ Brown?
Yes,
You
I would.
want to reshuffle the money or
I
whatever?
would. No, I do want AJ Brown. to
Okay,
come
so it's
back.
not an AJ Brown trade. It's try really hard to mend the bridge that's seemingly been burned. Try to convince him all will be well. Bring an offensive coordinator that he likes, or at least convince him to like whoever you choose. Repair that relationship is big. 'Cause right now, that shit is shattered right now. It seemed like he was as good as gone when he was talking after the game.
It was tough, and that's
They asked Jalen Hurts, like, you want him back? He's like, oh, too soon to speak.
That's a crazy answer.
Yo,
Why don't you
what
say
are we
yes?
doing?
he
That was
said
bad.
he said that about KP.
Well,
About both.
it was both.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was on the reporter for looping them together. He said you want Patullo and Brown back.
No,
Yeah.
he asked about Patullo, and then somebody else chimed in after he gave the Patullo and asked about AJ, and then he smiled and was like, "Yeah, me and AJ will talk. We're in a great place."
Okay.
How do you fix the Jacksonville Jaguars going into next year?
Ooh, therapy for Brian Thomas Jr.
He was getting it together a little bit as the year went on. It wasn't quite as disastrous as it was in the beginning. The wide receiver room, after Jacoby Myers came in, after Parker Washington continued to take more steps, it's pretty developed now in terms of different types of skill sets.
It's really good.
Obviously, I think they can continue to improve with the offensive line and everything. The Travis Hunter thing is really the big question mark. Is like, how did they decide to get the most value out of him going to year 2?
They sit him down and say, "Welcome to the DB room. we are good." Now it sucks that they do that because then they completely overpaid for a DB.
Yeah.
But I think seeing how year 1 went, and now that you are in full on in like contender mode, and you think that you've taken a leap, we don't have time for massive experiments.
Especially with how bad Greg Newsome was post trade. That trade was not good. I know there's financial elements to it of why you got rid of him and you brought in Greg Newsome. That was a flop. We need a lockdown corner, and you have one in the building that could potentially be that. But I don't think they should like not play him offensively at all. Like, he still has the capability. You still want to maximize that value as much as you can.
They need a better game plan for him in general. You're right.
We say better, but like, man, it was just coming together when you got hurt. It's so fucking unfortunate that happened.
Yeah.
He had a 100-yard game that got hurt, and everybody forgets it happened because I think it was Thursday Night Football.
Yeah.
Tough.
You know how unfortunate it is? You have your fucking breakout limelight on a game nobody cares about, and then you get hurt immediately in an injury that had nothing to do with wear and tear and taking too many snaps, but people are immediately going to be like, I told you his body can't handle it. What an annoying PR combination.
It's gonna be a long summer for Travis Hunter. It already is a long summer. He's been out for a while.
Yeah. I promise you it was an excruciating fall and winter.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Jaguars, but outside of that, year 2, Liam Cohen, if Trevor Lawrence continues to develop on the pace he's on, I don't really have much worry about them going to the next year.
I want to see it with Trevor Lawrence because a lot of the second half games, some of those games were against some stinkers.
True.
And so,
But I'd much rather him beat the shit out of those stinkers
Of
than
course.
falter a level like years prior.
of course.
Another nuanced thing about Trevor Lawrence is I don't know what it is or the nuances of it specifically, but I feel like he has like the most tip balls in the league.
Yes, we need to mechanically figure out why these missiles you throw continuously to get tipped, continue to get dropped. It can't be all your fault,
Yeah.
but it can't be none of your fault too. Like maybe he throws a little bit high. It's harder to catch a hard ball when it's too high. We got to get him focused on the follow through, get it straight to the chest. I don't know what it is, but there's definitely something there.
Yeah, you are 6'6". That ball should never be
I agree.
be tipped.
Yeah. I really do wonder what that is because like he is hilariously unfortunate with drops and tip picks. Like it can't be a total coincidence.
It's not like, is it throwing motion or some shit like that? I have no idea.
Yeah, I guess what
weird.
it probably is when you throw that hard, you have like smaller margin for error with your accuracy because you're throwing so hard that like if you're like it's like just general physics. If you're 1 degree off, but the velocity's up, it's gonna like the margin goes up and it's more inaccurate. And he throws hard as a bitch, so he probably has to stop throwing so hard or refine the accuracy a little bit.
Just tell him to calm down.
Yeah, calm down, man. You just have to take everybody's head off. Justin Herbert did the same thing. Panthers. How do we fix the Panthers going into next year, coming off of a promising season in which they made the playoffs?
They need a tight end. They need a tight end bad.
Hmm.
It's one of the many ways.
They got 2 edge rushers in this past draft class.
Yes.
They have an elite defensive tackle. I can't name a single above average linebacker on that team.
So you're going defense for them.
I'm going a lot of things for them. Obviously, defense is probably on the tip of my tongue more than offense, given how their weaknesses are. But really, a linebacking core. They need somebody that can defend a running back out the backfield, good run-stopping linebackers, something to make it so the defensive line can shine a little more.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think for them, for a lot of teams, a lot of stuff in your defense can be fixed with just great defensive line play. I just want to keep adding to the D line.
Yeah, we got two young, I think promising. I think Scorton had a good rookie year. I think overall the defensive line is promising, heading in the right direction. Probably another body or two on the inside to complement Derek Brown as well. Really, every level of the defense can use some help.
Yeah.
Like really all across the board. Like shout out JC Horn, shout out Derek Brown, and shout out Udameli and I probably said that completely wrong. And Scorton. Like they have the building blocks there, but overall defensive talent is obviously still a weakness. Offensively, what more does Bryce need?
I mean,
A tight end's a good point.
Yeah.
You know
Tight
what?
end's the only real hole.
we got to beef up this offensive line. This run game fell apart
That is true.
at the end of
Low key
the
at running
the-
back. Like Rico Dowdle and Chuba Hubbard were very good for some time. They didn't end the season super promising.
The whole run game fell off a cliff. Whichever one you wanna asperse the blame to, we can improve there. We can get a running back in the 7th round.
Yeah.
We can get a running back in the bargain bin. If we get offensive linemen, we can help both parties. We can help the
Yeah.
run game and Bryce.
I like your point though. Draft Kenyon Sadiq in the 1st round. Tight end out of Oregon. He's the next freak wide receiver turn tight end type of body that can like be this super versatile weapon that changes your offense. Get them Kenyon Sadiq.
Yeah, they need another super safe pass catcher. They already like hit when it comes to the undrafted rookie Jalen Coker. Tet is a fucking star, 1K yards in his rookie year. You need that. You need another pass catcher who's reliable.
Yeah. Next team. Pittsburgh Steelers. How do we fix them going into next year?
Everything. They need everything. I don't know where to start.
For them, we need a direction. I think it's weird because they've always been such a stable franchise, and you know what they want to do. They want to win, but they've just been trying to win with no sense of purpose or direction or building towards anything. They need to figure out what they want to be for the next 5 years. That's what they need. They need a 5-year plan.
Yeah.
5-year plan.
And that 5-year
yeah.
plan better have a plan for quarterback. Better have a plan for wide receiver 2, 3, 4, and 5. It better have a plan for making sure Caleb Johnson can play next year and isn't a complete waste of a draft pick. So Jalen Warren doesn't have all the pressure on his shoulders. Basically, everything offensively outside of your stacked tight end room needs a direction. Because right now, going to next year, it's hilariously unclear what you're going to do.
And defensively, let's figure out how we can get just a little bit cheaper. We're paying a lot of money for this defense.
For some olds.
Yeah.
Watt isn't in his prime years anymore. Cameron Hayward's a million years old. Jalen Ramsey is a million years old for a corner, turn safety.
Yeah.
They definitely need to hit some good young draft picks.
You
Yeah.
can definitely take that money and put it elsewhere for sure.
But you really can't, though, because you're not going to get rid of those guys. I guess you could get rid of Ramsey if you wanted to, but they don't need to.
It'd be
You're
hard.
not going to get rid of Watt. Hayward can stay as long as he wants. Basically, you just got to do what every team got to do. You need to hit some good young draft picks, replenish via the draft, and offensively, the quarterback thing.
Yeah.
So that's really what it starts with, this quarterback. What should they do there?
Well, it depends. The quarterback depends on who the coach is. Because if Mike Tomlin's there, we're not going into a rebuild with a brand new
And
quarterback.
they're not going to fire Mike Tomlin. I don't think. Do you think?
Nah, I don't think so.
If they're not firing him, then expect Kyler Murray to be there, and we're gonna get out the mud. And it's gonna be Kyler Murray and DK Metcalf against the world.
You don't think they're running back with Aaron Rodgers
No,
if he plays?
No.
What if Aaron Rodgers wants to come back? Do you think they allow it?
Yeah.
potentially, but also,
There's no reports they want him back. I don't know if that changes after the playoffs.
brother, you are 43.
He still got it though.
You've made millions.
Nah, put down the cup, please. Please.
He got a couple more sips left.
This
It's
time,
not fun to watch this version of Aaron Rodgers.
and this time, I'm actually endorsing for you to go in the woods and do drugs. You don't have to take this anymore.
The Chargers.
Chargers. How do we fix the Chargers?
Let's not bury the lead.
You already know how.
We send Greg Roman into the sun. We send Bradley Bozeman to Guantanamo Bay.
Damn.
We send Mekhi Becton into the XFL. And we allow Keenan Allen to retire in peace because we like him, but it's time to go. And we give Jesse Minter the net worth of a small nation to stay.
I think you also
That has,
trap. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. That has no plan for Mr. Deculus.
Oh, you're right about that.
And then
That's the
we wish
problem.
and wish upon a star that Rashawn Slater come back to health just fine, and Joe Alt come back to health just fine. So I never have to see Austin Deculus play a snap of football ever again because I don't think another team will employ him by choice.
You also gotta send Lad McConkey and
To the weight room.
Herbert. Yeah, to the weight room, of course, and then also send them on a honeymoon. They need to like rekindle their relationship. Where's the connection?
And we
I
need
don't
to
see it
get
no
Justin
more.
Herbert a sports psychologist so we can stop seeing ghosts out there because we effectively broke him with the offensive line play this year. He is spooked. We got to fix him before it gets bad.
Yeah, man. That was my first time seeing a quarterback in the playoffs. Spooked, shook.
It was crazy, man.
Yeah.
That he saw a pass rush before the first snap of the game.
Yeah, man.
It was crazy.
He could feel me breathing on him through the TV, right?
Yeah.
It was that bad.
But it really does start. Greg Roman must be fired tomorrow. And if that doesn't happen, Jim Harbaugh must be fired tomorrow. It is indefensible if he is employed by my team next year.
you would fire Harbaugh?
In a fucking heartbeat. If that means I can keep Jesse Minter. If Greg Roman is retained.
Wow. Okay.
I would ejecto-ceto cuz them right away for Jesse Minter. Salute the old man, brought back culture. Jesse Minter can carry the torch.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
He's not gonna be there. He's gone.
Yeah.
That's why we give him the wealth of a small nation.
But can
What
you
did-
give him power over that small nation? That's what he wants, to be a head coach.
Just tell him
can't do
wait. Just tell him to come. Be Spagnuolo. Wait. Or be Matt Nagy now. Wait. And then when Andy Reid retires, you can have the seat. That can be you.
Nah, man. I can't do it.
Jim
I have,
Harbaugh's old as fuck.
I have the itch.
He does, and he wants to make $5 million next year. So I understand. But yeah, Greg Roman, it has to start with him. He must be gone.
Okay.
Oh, what team did I miss?
To everybody?
The Packers.
Packers.
Yeah.
How do we fix the Packers going into next year?
Ooh.
Their defense is mediocre, man.
Yeah, you just pray you fix Michael Parsons' ACL because that was
Yeah.
your all-in move to fix that defense. Also, draft 3 cornerbacks in the draft. As many as you can.
They need-
Fuck it, draft 7 cornerbacks in the draft. Trade back in the first round, trade back in the second round, draft 9 cornerbacks in the draft.
That's shameless.
I like
By-
that plan.
By any means necessary, that secondary needs help.
And empower Matthew Golden year 2. We saw him go crazy in this playoff game. That usage better be up. We better know if Matthew Golden is good or not next year.
You haven't taken a wide receiver in the first round in 22 years. It is 100% on you if he fails. I'm not going to blame him. I just won't do it.
And if he fails, it better not be because of lack of usage. You better give him ample sample size to see if he can get open or not.
I'm giving 10 targets a game. If he drops 3, okay, then he's bad. But I need those 10 targets.
They
Yeah.
need voodoo magic on Tucker Craft as well. He got to be like 110% healthy.
I forgot. We
There
got
for
2 ACLs to
17
fix.
games.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I completely forgot both sides of the ball are hampered by ACLs.
They're so unlucky.
That's crazy.
They're crazy. Like, it's really just don't get unlucky again. That's all it is.
Yeah.
If they had injury luck, we could be talking about them as being in the Super Bowl contention right now.
Yeah.
So it's
They're supposed
really
to be there.
just whatever you did to curse your generation decades ago, undo it. Take Madame Zeroni up the
You
mountain.
can't do it. Do you think you get 30 years straight of good quarterback play
It's time to pay the Pied Piper.
and didn't make a deal?
Damn.
This is what happens. You have to pay the price eventually. Nothing is free in this world. Especially not good quarterback play.
Okay, that's every team. Last thing I want to talk about today, last TikTok of the day. I'm going to name an NFL quarterback that lost in this weekend. That lost in wildcard weekend. 1 to 10. How much do you believe in them going forward?
Okay.
So we were focusing on how to fix these teams, but just the quarterback play. How much you believe in them having the guy, them being able to win at the highest level going into next year. Trevor Lawrence.
About
No,
like a
8.
8.
Yeah.
That's pretty high. Before the season, you would have said like a 4. But then second half of the season, he was so good. All right, so is that second half of the season him real?
It's fair to believe so.
Because you would not have said it 8 a year ago.
Yeah, but he looks to be a much better player than what he was at the beginning of the year.
Mhm.
He looked like he was putting it together. And I do think that now that you have a full season with Liam Cohen, you could see that their relationship was building and that it's much better. I trust Liam Cohen to help keep developing Trevor Lawrence. And maybe it is coasting off of priors, and it's like, I know that he was the number 1 overall pick. I know that he was super talented, and now you have a coach that can bring all of that out of him. But that's the situation. So I do feel really good about it.
I really do believe in Liam Cohen as well, so that's a good reason.
Yeah. I feel like for the first time ever, everyone looks at Trevor Lawrence and like, okay, I can win with this guy. He can
Yeah.
lead my team through a couple rounds in the playoffs.
Or at least we're trending in the right direction.
Exactly.
Yeah, now we're going to see hype about him and not people posting pictures of him looking like different females. All you saw online is just different jokes about him looking like any which amount of girls.
I don't know why, but whenever I see him, I think of him as like a Pegasus.
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know.
It's the hair.
Yeah, it's probably the hair.
You look at him, you see a unicorn?
Yeah, damn near. Just half man, half. What are those things
A
called?
centaur.
A
Centaur.
centaur?
He's a centaur.
He's a centaur.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Half man, half
how
horse.
big his build is so unique. He's tall as fuck with the long hair. Like you never see a player built like this.
Yeah,
It's
and
like
he
you should
can-
have a book.
And he can run too. Yeah.
Just majestic.
It's like, yeah.
Hey, just slow.
Gazelle. Gazelle me, man.
Bryce Young.
Six?
I think
Nah. It has to be a dead even 5. Everything he does has to be 5. Every year he does just enough to earn another year of developments. Has to be a 5 every single year.
if he didn't have the game that he had, then I would say 4.
No,
But
he played great. He played great.
Yeah.
But you know what? I will go 5 because I was giving him credit for being in the playoffs. But he got in the playoffs because the Falcons beat the Saints as opposed to just beating the Bucks.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
really not on them like that.
He's never changed. It's always up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. 1 week he's the one. Next week he's got to go. It's going to maintain that for who knows how long. Even 5.
Say
All right.
5. Okay.
Yeah. He's the definition of wild roller coaster. Jordan Love.
10.
Yeah, I have 0 questions
10.
about Jordan Love.
Yeah. Like he went out like a fucking trooper.
I mean, you blew an 18 point.
Yeah, I mean, he too much
It's
Yeah,
like-
but you know what he had to deal with too.
Maybe he was like,
What, an 18 point lead? Like, that's crazy.
Come on.
went out like a trooper. Maybe he went out like highway patrol. Like it's a weak ass trooper, if anything.
Ah, God. Highway patrol.
But no, I think
I hate those guys. man.
these guys suck.
They're so whack. You know what else pisses me off? When the security cars be driving around with the
Oh,
with the
the
sirens.
little yellow lights.
Your license plate looks like mine. You are not special at all. You suck.
I think Jordan Love's playing like a back half of the top 10 type of quarterback. I have no doubts after this playoff game that he can maintain that going the next year. They should have the Packers have a lot to worry about. Quarterback is not one of those things.
Yeah, I agree. It
Like
was not your
0%.
fault.
Aaron Rodgers, if he decides to come back.
Zero.
-5, man.
The fact that the Steelers were in this position, shout out to them. This is what they do. I legitimately still thought that unless they were playing the Browns, y'all are gonna lose every game. You have a 42, about to be 43-year-old man. He is not leading you to the promised land at this point. I'm going 0.
I don't know where he's leading you.
To the woods.
Astray,
Amok.
truly.
Jalen Hurts.
7.
I don't feel like I should go any lower than I would have last year. I think Jalen Hurts is still who Jalen Hurts is. He just obviously was coming off the best case scenario last year. Now it's an average case scenario. So still a 4 or 5. I still think you can win with him, but you shouldn't be excited. He's not gonna hide weaknesses of your roster. He is just Jalen Hurts. He's just an average starter.
I think he deserves to be probably 6. 4 or 5 makes it feel like you are susceptible to like his weaknesses, which is true. But there's not too many times where like he's gonna lose you a game single-handedly.
And he will never win you the game single-handedly. So it's a nice even 4 or 5. He will not often be the anchor that sinks you entirely, especially when there's good players around him.
Yeah.
But he'll never be the one that is superhero and makes you win a game that you shouldn't win.
I don't think he can be 5 though, because that's more so like Bryce Young, where you don't know what the fuck you're getting. Meanwhile, with Jalen Hurts, it's like you kind of know what to expect.
Okay, yeah.
And-
So it's a 10 in terms of consistency. I know exactly what I'm going to get. It's that. But I'm just like, this is about confidence and how much I trust. It's just nice and in the middle. You can win with him, but you also can very much lose with him. He's a nice, even, non-needle mover.
Okay. I think I will go 6 though.
Yeah. Which isn't even that. That's not even like a diss. Like,
Yeah.
well, I guess it is to say not a needle mover. But like, he's not. Like,
Nah, it's not for real. You're right.
I'm taking the summer off.
thank God.
I'm taking the summer off for a combo.
Thank God. Justin Herbert.
2.
Man.
This is 3 times across varying circumstances.
Is this the worst loss that he's had in the playoffs?
For his performance,
yeah.
by fucking far.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
man.
The Houston one really was not his fault. The Jags one damn sure wasn't his fault.
Stop it. He threw 4 picks. It wasn't his fault.
Sure. It was a bad game, but like 2 of them were chipped. Again, Stingley's a god. Like that wasn't overall a terrible game. It just unfortunate against a great defense. This was a downright atrocity from a player of his standards. Like this is the depths of hell. It can't get any worse than this for Justin Herbert PR.
Honest, yeah, for PR sakes, yeah, it is the bottom. Listen, last year was bad, because because there was a point for maybe like 10 minutes in this game where it's like, okay, like maybe the Chargers could win. Then after the first quarter, it's like, Yeah, then they really don't have a chance.
Yeah.
There were chances in that Texans game, and it was not bad. So I
think
do.
there's more chances in this game. They just got downed by the Texans. The Texans was way better in the front. Like, and
That
especially
game
if you
was
like,
winnable.
of course, they're all winnable because they're playing offenses that are also getting their shit kicked in.
That's what I'm saying. CJ Stroud also in that game was trying to give it up too.
Yeah.
He was also not trying to win.
Yeah, because that's because Jesse Minter is kicking their teeth in also. So like they're both winnable, but like
This man has a head coach. He's like, listen, both games are just horrendous.
yeah, well that one you can look at and be like the
Some of the
offense
worst
is falling
playoff
apart around
performances
him.
of the last 3 years.
This
Damn.
one, that one, in terms of the offense, it was, but the Texans
maybe
one, like,
maybe 5 or 10 years. it was pretty bad.
we can't even say that about Jalen Hurts because you just come in expecting non-needle moving.
I mean, yeah,
no one's gonna tear him down.
You cannot ask him to put like anything on his shoulder.
Like you're not
at all.
mean to your stupidest cousin. You don't really expect him to go to college. You know, like it's not like you're not gonna call him a fraud for working construction.
I mean,
like it's fine.
which games are you guys talking about? Are you talking about the one where he destroyed the best DC of the last 10 years twice?
But yeah, I mean,
Oh my
so
gosh.
confidence to Justin Herbert. I mean,
4.
4.
I'm not going to sell my stock, so I mean, I'm still going to say 10. But in this moment, it's pretty
this
bad.
moment's 4, damn near 3, man. You were part of the reason why y'all lost.
He's the reason they lost. Like it's not even part of. He's the reason.
Yeah, I'm going forward for Justin.
No, I
Herbert.
mean, like Keenan Allen, you didn't give him much flack. Man.
Oh, it's
A
time
lot
for him
of
to retire.
those drop passes. Come on, man.
It's time for my goat to retire.
Come
It's
on,
over.
man. Yeah.
And with that being said, that is the end of this episode. If you're still here, comment which one of us is more down bad. Who you feel more bad for? Eagles fans or Chargers fans? On that note, we'll see y'all next week.